okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
I'm Christine Lisi. A little more than 2 months after the blockbuster trade that rocked the NBA and, frankly, the sports world, Luka Doncic makes his return to Dallas tonight. He and the Lakers back in Big D for the first time to face the Mavericks.
Of course, it's going to be a lot of emotion for me. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know how I'm going to feel, honestly. I'm looking forward to being back in Dallas, obviously, with the fans, seeing my teammates, ex-teammates. It's going to be very emotional for me, for sure.
Luka Doncic, LA Dallas, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Lakers need 2 wins to wrap up the 3 seed in the West. The Wednesday doubleheader finishes up with Nuggets-Kings, Denver's first game since the firing of coach Michael Malone. Nuggets have dropped 7 of 10, including 4 in a row. They're 5th in the West. Reigning champ Scottie Scheffler enters the Masters as the consensus betting favorite to win, plus 375 at ESPN Bet. Rory McIlroy, next best odds at plus 625. You can catch coverage of golf's first major of the year tomorrow on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday with the NBA playoffs right around the corner. I'll give you every title contender's fatal flaw. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
You sir. And the Mr. Toby Tom play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Oh, look, Tony Finau.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Didn't he break his ankle at the par 3 contest one time?
I don't remember.
It's hump day.
Ah, he was jumping up and down to celebrate.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
And when he came down, his foot was sideways.
Hump day.
It's hump day.
Idiot.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Rich idiot.
Hump day.
But an idiot.
It's hump day.
He was just on the TV.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Seems like a great guy.
Hump day.
Tigers won a baseball game last night.
It's hump day.
I'll tell you what matters more than the win.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
5-star #1 interior offensive lineman in the country, Lamar Brown, in 1 hour, sitting right there. Not nearly as impressive, but Ronnie Rantz will be here in hour 3.
It's hump day.
But we love Slim Bet.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You may have heard a certain coach is going into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. thanks to Rivers, who just texted.
It's hump day.
It was at the Zurich.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You don't remember that, Muse, when he did that? I guess.
I don't remember that at all, no.
She said I was there when he did the ankle thing.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Bro, that's wild.
That's a tough scene, man.
Played the rest of the tournament.
It's hump day.
I mean, he's gritty. What can you say?
Either that or you just don't have to really be that athletic to play golf. You can play on one leg.
What day is it, Mike?
I mean, John Daly was a pro golfer.
Yeah, but it does prove you got to be tough. I mean, guy like broke his ankle.
Or it doesn't.
It's hump day.
I mean, he's playing on an injured ankle.
Or you could equate playing golf on a dislocated ankle to just sitting in bed doing nothing.
Mike.
I mean, Tiger won a major with a torn ACL.
Yeah, it was so good. 08
and there's not another sport in the world where you could play with a torn ACL and win that level.
It's hump day.
Fact. There are athletes that are golfers.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You don't have to be an athlete to play golf.
It's hump day.
That'll trigger a Muse. How about that?
Yeah, you're going to get him with that one.
It's a good July. Same with NASCAR, by the way. Good July sports radio topic for the lazy people. We look for their dog days of summer topics. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get going here. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
All right, LSU baseball rallied past Nicholls 5-3. If you didn't watch the game, it was really slow and lazy and boring for the LSU offense for much of it. They explode for a 5 spot in the 7th. They overcome a 3-0 deficit to win 5-3. The win, fine, great. They won a midweek game at Nicholls. Don't really care. Of great importance is what happened with William Schmidt and Connor Ware, because these are two guys that we have been talking about since before the first pitch of the season was thrown, that these are two guys that you are going to be counting on to be massive contributors to this team if you're going to get to the end goal that you want, and that's to win the final game in Omaha. And my goodness, were Schmidt and Ware awesome in very different ways that they went about their business on Tuesday night. I'll start with Schmidt because he went in the 6th inning and got you home on 61 pitches. He got the final 12 outs of the ball game. He allowed 2 base runners. He walked the second guy he faced, and he walked the second guy of the 9th inning. Outside of that, he was untouchable. At one point, he retired 9 in a row. He struck out 7 of 8 in a row. Struck out the side in the 8th. He was awesome. The final line for Schmidt, 4 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, 8 strikeouts. The 2 walks I mentioned, did it on 61 pitches. I get it. You're playing Nicholls. It's very different than going on the road and playing Auburn, or what you're going to face when Tennessee comes to the box, or going to College Station, especially after what A&M just did winning the series at Tennessee. I get it. You got much bigger tests down the road. But having him on the mound in an opponent's park and handcuffing an offense the way he did, having everything work, was awesome. It's so obvious what the key is for Schmidt. He's just got to work ahead. Because, look, 96 with movement is great. But if good hitters at this level know 96 is coming, that's when you get hit, and that's been Schmidt's problem. We've detailed it. When he gets behind in counts and hitters can sit dead red fastball, that's when he's gotten in trouble. So when he's locating his breaking ball for a strike and is getting ahead of hitters, he can be as good as he was last night. That was awesome to see. And then Connor Ware got the start. And my goodness, he was cruising. Connor Ware got through 3 innings on 37 pitches. Now, typically, you want to be in the 12 to 15 pitch per inning range. So you get through 3 innings, high end, you want to be at 45, low end, 36. He was at 37 pitches through 3 innings. And by the way, but for a boneheaded gaff throwing the ball into right field on a pickoff play when Jared Jones wasn't covering the base, he probably doesn't give up a run and gets back in the dugout around 22 pitches after 3 innings. It goes to show the contrasting styles with Schmidt and Ware, because Ware didn't have a strikeout. He went 3 innings, hit an 8-pitch first inning, a 10-pitch second inning. He was cruising. But that goes to show you sometimes it's even better. Like, while strikeouts are fun and, like, Cade Anderson striking out 14 on the road in Norman is awesome. And like I made a graphic for Locked On that had like Cade's name with 14 Ks, then ADE. Not that that's like super original or anything, but the point is like that's fun. You know what's way better? Getting through 3 innings on 37 pitches. That's how you extend deep into a ball game. You know what drives pitch counts up? 5, 6, 7, 8 pitch at bats, where even if it ends in a strikeout, you had to work to get it. I'd rather a first pitch breaking ball on the black that you get a weak dribbler to the right side. That seems pretty good to me. Greg Maddux said it. There's 27 outs. His job is to go find them. And sometimes it's a pop-up to right. Sometimes it's a 12-pitch battle, and you end up with a strikeout. However it may go. But Schmidt was overpowering. Ware was efficient. 2 contrasting styles, but 2 guys you need if you're going to get where you want to go on this season. By the way, after the game, Jay Johnson talked about William Schmidt in the game that he had.
I think he executed great. I mean, I don't know how many he struck out in a row, but it was like 5 at one point. I'm not sure how many he ended up with, but a great performance from a pitcher that is very talented, that's going to be very, very good. We have a lot of faith in him, and I'm happy. I'm happy we set the game up tonight that way for several reasons, and really got what I wanted to get out of it relative to what he contributed to winning.
We saw Jaden Newt as well. He got the first 2 outs very quickly, ran into trouble, and then Connor Benj came in to get the final out of the 4th inning and then pitched the 5th and was really good. So Connor Benj was clean, retired all 4 hitters he faced, and then Benj and subsequently Schmidt just kept throwing up zeros, which allowed your offense to get you back in it, and ultimately they did. They broke through in the 7th. It was just a wonky day for LSU offensively. They left 15 on base. I mean, it's such an oddity that in 6 of the 9 innings, you got the leadoff hitter on. I mean, 6 of 9 innings, you got the leadoff man on, and you scored runs in 1 inning, the 7th, and you didn't get the leadoff man on. In that inning, as a matter of fact, Jared Jones bookended the end of the inning with strikeouts. He struck out the leadoff and to finish the 7th inning. I mean, you batted around in that inning, 5 runs pushed across, but it's one of the only 3 innings that you didn't get the leadoff guy on. Just one of those days. Brown came up with a big 2 RBI single. Milam came up with a big RBI single. You had back-to-back Stanfield as well. So who continues just to deliver for this team, which is so fun to watch. Stanfield continue to play the way he is in the 9-hole. A couple of knocks in the ball game. So, or he's 1 for 3 in the ball game, excuse me. But he had a couple of RBI. So on the 2 RBI single. So Tigers win, and it's on to the next. But while winning is nice, and of course you want to win every time you play, what is paramount for this team right now is continue to identify guys in the bullpen in roles that you can count on them. And, I mean, if you look at it, we've talked about, the 5 guys that you have. We've identified with Anderson, Ianson, Shores, Kaysen Evans, and Zach Cowan. Those 5 are there. And if you can add Ware and Schmidt, that's a lefty and a righty. If Newt has a role, there's 8. Benj has established himself kind of as a stopper. That's 9. Eventually you get Gavin Guidry back. I mean, that's 10 maybe that hopefully you can count on. And that's more than enough to win any regional, super regional, or the College World Series in Omaha, even if you got to come out of the loser's bracket. So hopefully that translates this weekend when you go to Auburn, hit the road for another tough road conference series in the SEC. All right, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're with us here on a Hump Day edition. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the Tigers. So if you're going to be watching LSU and Auburn this weekend, if you're heading to the Plains, or if you're going to be at your house or any restaurant, sports bar, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the Tigers, the official beer of the Saints, the official beer of AFR. Nothing goes together like buds and boils. So if you're going to be boiling some crawfish this weekend, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud or Bud Light. Our friends over at Mockler Beverage, of course, have been great local partners and great community partners in Louisiana for more than 3 decades. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We're glad you're with us. As I mentioned, we are locked and loaded. Lamar Brown, the number 1 interior offensive lineman in the country from U-High. He's in studio with us in 47 minutes. Excited to have Lamar come in. And I do want to ask him, Shay was here yesterday if you missed it, but there's a lot of conversation about Lamar Brown potentially trending toward playing defensive tackle in college as opposed to offensive tackle where he's projected right now. So we'll ask him that, kind of expectations for his senior year, such a present presence at LSU games. He was at almost every game last year. So he's stated LSU as his leader. So I want to go through some of that. We'll talk to Lamar Brown coming up in about 45 minutes from right now. We'll look forward to that. Okay, let me knock out a quick break. You're seeing mock drafts galore as we're here 3 weeks away from the NFL draft. And I saw today one that might actually be the most realistic thing that transpires coming up on the 24th in round one. We'll talk about it next on AFR.
After further review.
Our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You can visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Always encourage you to get by. As a matter of fact, I was there yesterday visiting with Gabe, PA, who does a great job. If you want to learn about all the different things that they offer, yes, if you have ED and you know that, they've got treatments, not just pills, although they do have the oral medication, but there's many different treatments. HRT is something that I'll continue to preach that's so important. Everyone, as we age, our body produces less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel. If you want to regain that vitality in life, they can safely and affordably supplement you to get you back to healthy levels, to have you feeling your best. And you might say, man, that sounds expensive. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Treatments start at $125 for the entire month. It is insanely affordable, and they don't charge you for your blood work either, which a lot of clinics do. Just go for that consultation. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
After further review, I got to call out Ribs. She's wrong.
Oh, no.
She's wrong. Well, It was Tony Finau dislocated his ankle.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a correction. It was the Masters par 3 tournament.
Okay.
He hit a hole in one, and as he's running down the fairway, his ankle, I'm not going to show it here, but if you want to find it, you can find it. It's not a hard thing to find, but a lot of people look at it and it's disgusting because he's like backpedaling and it just goes, and it just turns sideways. Are you looking for it?
No, but I vaguely remember this now. Now that you say that, I remember this now.
It's amazing that you're a golf guy too.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't. Paulie, do you remember this? You don't remember this at all. I mean, it was
I do not.
Super viral thing. But anyway, like I'm not someone who watches the par 3 tournament. I don't even watch the Masters until the weekend. But anyway, found on Twitter the video. It is the it was at the par 3 tournament. And he's running, he hits a hole in one, run down, twist his ankle. Rivers says, I was wrong. I saw him the same year at Zurich, so meshing them into one giant event. What is that called whenever you remember something incorrectly, but your memory becomes your reality? Or when, there's a whole thing on this where you see a photo of something, and so then your memory actually is the photo. It's not the memory of the thing. It's an odd thing. Like Malcolm Gladwell did a whole episode on this because there was remember the guy, the NBC reporter, was it Brian Williams? It was one of the reporters who said he was on a helicopter that went down. He wasn't actually.
Yeah.
And they kind of explained they had psychologists and all that explain through his experience and trauma, whatever, the way he remembered was that he was actually on the plane. He wasn't. Their explanation is he wasn't lying. He genuinely in his mind believed he was there. Anyway, it's a weird thing. I wonder if that's what happened there.
Could be. I don't know what that's called, but could be. That was in 2018 for Tony Finau.
When he went.
Yep, when he went. Kaput there after celebrating a hole in one on the par 3 contest.
It's like what happened to Ricky Williams when he played for the Saints.
He went kaput or
his ankle.
His ankle. Okay, well, I didn't know which one you were talking about there. Yeah.
There was a whoever's broadcasting that game. I would assume it was Fox. Whenever Ricky dislocated his ankle, they kept showing the replay in slow mo, where they would back it up and then go forward, and so you just kept watching. You just kept watching it.
That's uncomfortable.
You're watching the franchise go
yeah,
you suck, you suck.
Oh,
whole draft,
man.
One guy.
Wedding,
there it goes.
Wedding dress.
Over.
Oh,
I know.
Man.
Ricky.
Top 10 for Finau that year, too.
Ricky.
How about that, man?
Top 10.
Top 10.
After the dislocated ankle.
Pretty good.
I mean, all that goes to show, Muse, is you don't have to be athletic at all to play golf. You don't have to be. That's not to say there aren't athletes that play golf. There certainly are. But if you can get out there a day after dislocating an ankle and play 4 consecutive days and finish a top 10, I mean, show me the football player that dislocates his ankle and then plays 4 consecutive days of football games.
And Augusta's not an easy course to walk, man. That thing's hilly, and I mean that's a tough walking course. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, or it's not.
Nah, it's impressive.
Or it's not. I mean, it kind of sounds like if this dude's out there on a dislocated ankle, it's saying, hey, to all you pansies who complain about it being a hilly course, shut the hell up. And maybe take a walk every now and again so you're not complaining about walking a hilly course.
I mean, you're on your feet a lot in golf. That can't be comfortable. That cannot be comfortable. You're shifting weight.
Every plant worker listening right now wants to come here and punch you in the nose.
Yeah, but how many plant workers?
I'm so sorry that he's standing up. He's standing up.
But to use your logic, how many of them?
Hey, you know who else is on their feet for a long time? You know who else is on their feet for a long time? Walmart greeters. Got tough gig.
On dislocated ankles?
Standing on. Yeah, they shift weight.
Does Walmart still have
shift
greeters?
Weight. Yeah, I think. I've been to Walmart in a long time.
I was about to say, I don't know if they still do that.
I'm sure they do.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's Google that. Do they still have Walmart greeters? I haven't been to Walmart in...
Good. You should go to Ralph's.
Long time. Well, they don't even really sell the same things. But, I mean, I know Walmart has the grocery, but I hadn't stepped foot in Walmart in a long time. Long-ass time. One time we had our microwave broke. We needed a microwave. It was 11 o'clock at night. I went to Walmart and bought a dorm microwave, one that was this big.
Microwave.
One that was this big. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah.
It was what's the cheapest thing you have that I can heat food with?
Yeah.
Give me that and let me get back to my life. That was it. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Go around the SEC in just a smidge. You know what you can also find at Rouse's? Evermore, EVAMOR, evermore.com. I always got my bottle of Evermore right here on the set with us. Better form of hydration. Maybe if Tony Finau was drinking Evermore Muse, maybe his ankle would have stayed in place. They should put that on the bottle. You don't want your ankle out of place, Tony Finau? Drink Evermore. That's what you do. EVAMOR. If you're going through the grueling haul, Muse, of walking through a hilly golf course over 4 days, that's just such a physically taxing thing for humans to do, apparently. Make sure you've got plenty of Evermore. EVAMOR, evermore.com.
The Mandela effect. That's what you're thinking of.
Okay. That's not.
That's not?
The Mandela effect is a real thing.
Yes.
A very real thing. And I'm familiar with the Mandela effect. I was actually having this conversation with a friend, shout out Keith Neal, a few weeks ago because we were talking about Silence of the Lambs. Odd how we got here. No, I know. But remember, you know the line, what the famous line that Hannibal Lecter says in Silence of the Lambs?
Puts the lotion on the skin?
No, that's Buffalo Bill or Wild Bill. Buffalo Bill, Wild Bill. One of them. Anyway, it's the hello, Clarice. It's what people always say. Yeah. So Hannibal Lecter never actually said hello, Clarice in the movie. People have said, have repeated, but he never actually said hello, Clarice. But people remember it, so that's the association that he said it, which he never actually did. The line was good morning, Clarice, is what he said. So that's the Mandela effect. We all believe we heard him say hello, Clarice, but he didn't actually say it in the movie. He did, however, say hello, Clarice in Hannibal in the sequel when Julianne Moore played Dr. Clarice Starling?
I've never seen the sequel, so I don't know.
Have you? Well, you've seen the original.
Yeah.
Same person. Jodie Foster's character. Clarice Starling, whatever. Sterling? You have a computer in front of you.
I don't know. I thought you were going to move it on.
What is Clarice's last name in Silence of the Lambs? Siri, what is Clarice's last name in Silence of the Lambs? Shut up, Siri.
Starling. It's Starling.
Starling. Not Sterling. I said, shut up, Siri. He said, okay.
Hey, look, obedience.
Yeah, shut up, stupid computer. AI trying to take over the world. It'll show you. Who runs things around here? Me. I do. So we are seeing like tons and tons and tons of NFL drafts, mock drafts. And I think one of the most common things we're seeing, we got to do, Muse, is a mock draft roundup soon. I would love to see if there is a growing consensus among people putting out mock drafts right now of who they have the Saints taking, because what you're starting to see more and more and more is Shedeur Sanders at 9. Well, Nate Tice at Yahoo put out his mock draft today, and I think this is actually something that is the most realistic thing to happen. He's got Cam Ward 1 to Tennessee. He's got Travis Hunter 2 to Cleveland, which I think a lot of us think is going to happen. He's got Armand Membu, the offensive tackle out of Missouri, going 3 to the Giants. I don't know that I believe that's going to happen, but he has Abdul Carter 4 to New England. But what's interesting is as you go down, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Teteroa McMillan, Mykel Williams 8 to Carolina, and then he's got Shamar Stewart going 9 to New Orleans. If you're curious, Will Campbell 11 to the Niners. And then maybe the most interesting part of this, which would really shake up the draft, is he has Shedeur falling all the way to 21. Now, that wouldn't stun me if that happens. I mean, Aaron Rodgers took a tumble into the 20s. Kenny Pickett took a tumble in his draft. Like, it happens. Like, quarterbacks that many think are going to go at the top of the draft get past that first wave. Teams don't reach for a quarterback in that necessary spot, and it can manifest that way. But what's interesting, of course, the draft is going to start at 3 with the Giants, with whatever they do. If they take Shedeur Sanders at 3, which they very well might, if they go best available and Shedeur gets past New Orleans, which could happen, the Saints could take best available. I'm not seeing a ton of projections of Shamar Stewart or edge rushers to the Saints at 9, but this is an interesting one because I look at New Orleans, and as we've talked about them plenty, they need everything. So really any position that they take at 9, I'm going to be good with, unless if it's running back, as we said. But, Mike Triplett was with us from New Orleans.football on Tuesday, And I asked him what he would want the Saints to do at 9 if he were picking for the Saints at 9. And his explanation for how they should approach that pick, I think, is actually the best explanation I've heard so far.
We could really list every position, Matt, and it's a need either now or soon. Now, I would say, in general, it's the first time they've been picking in the top 10 since 2008. When you get a number 9 pick, I think that would be a great place to take a defensive end or a left tackle. Those guys just aren't as good when you get them in round 2 and round 3. Get them in the top 10, you get cornerstones at defensive end or left tackle. I don't love the choices at defensive end and left tackle in the top 10 in this year's draft, unfortunately. So I don't know if the stars align there, but ideally I would fill defensive end or left tackle. But more than anything, as long as it is a guy that is one of the 10 best players in this draft class, that's what they need. They need foundational pieces.
So mostly what I like about what he said there was at the front where he was saying, defense, if you're picking in the top 10, that's where you want to identify defensive end, left tackle, because as you go deeper into the draft, you just don't find cornerstone players. Now, it's not to say you can't. This week, Teron Armstead retired. He was a third-round pick. He became a franchise left tackle for New Orleans, who started for 9 years in New Orleans, and then 3 in Miami. Was awesome. He'll be in the Saints Hall of Fame. When you talk about edge rushers, he's right. Generally speaking, you're going to find the truly elite ones in the top 10. But I went and looked up the top 10 edge rushers. I'm sorry, the top 10 sack leaders in the NFL in 2024. You want to rattle them off? Rattle off names. Muse and Pauly. Top 10, any order, I don't care. Just rattle off the names who you think were in the top 10 edge rushers in 2024 in the NFL.
T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt was in there.
Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter was in there.
Paul. Trying to think.
One very obvious one who used to play for the Saints now with the Bengals.
Oh, Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah,
geez. Trey Hendrickson.
Myles Garrett, Nick Bonito, Kyle Van Noy, Jonathan Grenard, Micah Parsons, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Will Anderson. That was your top 10. So Hendrickson, Garrett, Bonito, Van Noy, Hunter, Grenard, Parsons, Watt, Van Ginkel, Anderson. That was your top 10. 4 of those guys, 4 of the 10 were first rounders. Garrett, Parsons, Watt, who's at the end of round 1, by the way, and then Anderson. 2 of them were in round 2, Bonito and Van Noy. 3 of them were in round 3, including Trey Hendrickson, Danielle Hunter, and Grenard. And then you had a 5th round pick. Andrew Van Ginkel was a 5th rounder. So all that to say, yes, typically you're going to find the elite edge rushers at the top of the draft. But they exist later in the draft if you hit. All that to suggest whoever you think is the best player on your board at 10, regardless of what you think might be there later in the draft, you take the best player on your board at 10. And I think where I'm leaning is I doubt very seriously that for New Orleans, and I may be dead wrong because I don't know what they're thinking, what their approach is, any of that. But I think if you look at a board, like if they have 1 to 500, right, just ranking players, not by position, just like a power ranking, a big board, I doubt very seriously that Shedeur Sanders is in the top 10 players in this draft on the Saints board or any team's board. But he plays a premium position, and teams reach for quarterbacks. I mean, my goodness. Earlier this week, we rattled off the name of every first-round pick at quarterback over the last 15 years. And, boy, there was a lot of Blake Bortles and Jake Locker and E.J. Manuel and Tim Tebow. There was an awful lot of that. Now, you had your Andrew Lucks, and you had your Joe Burrows, and you had your Caleb Williams, and you had, look, we could say Lamar Jackson, but I mean, he was the end of the first round. But all that to say, like, maybe they reach for a quarterback. But for a team that needs everything, at 9, it might be a situation where the guy who they have ranked as the 5th best player in the entire draft is on the board at 9, and they go value there. I'm not saying it's going to be Shamar Stewart, as Nate Tice has in his mock draft. I'm just saying that I think there's going to be a guy on the board at 9 who they have rated in the top 9 picks in the draft, and that's who they're going to select. Like, I think that's how it's going to play out for New Orleans. But maybe with a new head coach who has a lot of pull, potentially, wants a quarterback, wants to take a shot on it with Shedeur, maybe that's the route they go. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if you saw something like this. Not telling you I love the idea of Shamar Stewart, who's a physical freak. I mean, Shamar Stewart would be, can we agree on this? Shamar Stewart would be like this year's version of Daniil Hunter. A guy who's the physical athletic freak, broke every combine record, had no production in college, but you're looking at how it may project to the next level. But remember, Daniil Hunter was a third-round pick. The lack of production in college shoved him down draft boards. And I think that should be the same thing with Shamar Stewart. Like, I don't think I would take Shamar Stewart at 9. I love the idea of an edge rusher at 9. I don't know that I love the idea of Shamar Stewart at 9. Getting closer. 3 weeks away from the draft. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. If you want to join us, email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Let me knock out a quick break, y'all. We'll come back. Hump Day Shows brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. We'll go around the SEC. We've got a bracket challenge winner. We'll tell you who it is next on AFR.
After further review.
Hey, remember our friends over at the Advanced Turnaround Group, part of Action Industries. Been telling you for a long time now about Action Industries. Commercial industrial contractor, been in the area for more than 4 decades, since 1982. The Advanced Turnaround Group is their turnaround division. So all under the big umbrella of Action Industries, but this is just specifically the turnaround group that focuses all of their resources on turnaround work and executing your turnaround efficiently, safely, so that way you get your work done safely and done well. It's the Advanced Turnaround Group. Remember, they have 24-hour emergency services. The Advanced Turnaround Group offers specialty welding also. You want a great local company that's going to work safely and efficiently to get your turnaround job done. You want the Advanced Turnaround Group over at Action Industries. That's Action Industries.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parrishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs. From your hometown, parrishbuilt.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family-owned and community-driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Congratulations to Stuart Woodman of Prairieville. Stuart is the winner of our VEX European Bracket Challenge and takes home the grand prize of $1,000. Thanks to all who participated in this year's VEX European Bracket Challenge, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and LouisianaSports.net.
Hi, babe. Stuart, you said?
Yep, Stuart Woodman.
All right, Stuart Woodman. Do we have our Sweet 16 and Final Four winners?
I do. That's in my email. If you will give me one moment. They sent that out earlier. Just have to scroll through it.
I got it.
Okay.
Maurice Salemi won the 16-team bracket. And Ronald Bryant out of Metri won the Final Four bracket. So if your full bracket stunk, they reset it. So you had a separate entry for the Sweet 16 and another separate entry as well for the Final Four. So you had 3 chances actually to win. So congrats to Stuart, Maurice. Some people call me Maurice. Not a babe.
Yep.
And Ronald Bryant as well, who took home cash, cold hard cash. And we got more giveaways because right now you can enter to win the tickets on the
on the stuff and
the field at the place with the guy and all the stuff at the place.
That would be the Louisiana Saturday Night Bayou Tradition's second annual gala.
Yeah.
On the field in Tiger Stadium to see Jordan Davis. You can sit at our table.
Jordan Davis, Shreveport native, was on the Hunt Palmer show a day ago.
Facts.
Jordan and Hunt were like they played baseball together when they were like 7 years old or something like that. That's what Hunt told me. And so old friends, and clearly their career paths have just paralleled each other. One of them's like a Grammy winner or something, and Hunt's the midday guy on ESPN Baton Rouge. I mean,
both successful in their field. I mean, that's what I see.
What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clearly, if you're splitting hairs when you try to identify who's the more successful guy from that 7th grade baseball team.
Yeah.
No doubt. Anyway, if you want to win those tickets on the field at Tiger Stadium, on the field, food, booze, all of it, coaches, players galore everywhere, you can enter for free. Go to LouisianaSports.net. There's a banner at the homepage, top of the homepage. Paulie did the banner. Very well done, Paulie. Also looks beautiful. Very good job. And then you enter. All you do is fill out your email address to enter. And you can win tickets to our table, the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge table to the Bayou Traditions Gala. That'll be awesome. It'll be a blasty blast, as I heard. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Taylor Calandro is here for Bourbon Dictionary in just a smidge. Lamar Brown in 18 minutes from right now. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Tennessee Volunteers.
So Tennessee has found its replacement opponent for the Nebraska series in the 26-27 football season. Instead of Nebraska, they'll play Georgia Tech in Atlanta in 2026, and then they'll return to Knoxville in 2027. So the Nebraska backed out of the home-and-home series that had already been delayed a decade, and they replaced Tennessee with home games against 2 MAC opponents. I don't hate it, actually. Good for you.
The Missouri Tigers.
Mizzou edge Ja'Kai Lang is entering the transfer portal. It's according to Power Mizzou. Lang was a 3-star signee in the class of 2023. His redshirt freshman season, he had 13 tackles. He's the 5th edge to leave the program this offseason.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
2027 quarterback and Lexington native DJ Hunter has committed to Kentucky. 6'1", 190. First Wildcat commit for the 2027 class. His only other Power 4 offer was Virginia Tech.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Forward Keyshawn Murphy has entered the portal after 3 years with the Bulldogs. Had a breakout season this year, played in 34 games for the Bulldogs, averaging 11-7.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Forward Asa Newell is declared for the 2025 NBA Draft. 6'11" big man is a projected first-round pick in this summer's draft. He's got until June 15th to withdraw.
The Auburn Tigers.
Freshman Ja'Kai Howard is entering the transfer portal after just one season on the Plains. Former top 100 recruit, played just 21 games for Auburn this year. Only 86 minutes played on the entire season. 6'6", athletic forward, averaged 4 points, 54% from the floor. He's hitting the portal. All right, there, that is around the SEC. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Hey, use that website, y'all. It's an amazing resource. When you go to southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com, you can, like right there on the homepage, you'll see all their sales. You could schedule service if that's what you want. You could shop by vehicle, make, model, body, style, price. And you can work out your financing as well. Like there's a tab right there on the homepage for financing where you could just work out. I mean, you can do the whole process of getting pre-approved and finding the vehicle of your choice right there at southpointvw.com. So before you go test drive, before you shop online, southpointvw.com. It's all there for you. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, it is after further review. Let me knock out a quick break brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. When we come back, Taylor Calandro will be here for a little Bourbon Dictionary. And Lamar Brown, 5-star interior offensive lineman from U-High, in studio with us in 15 minutes. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance. Watermark, of course, downtown, voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225, Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. If you've never stepped foot inside the Watermark Hotel, my goodness, why not? It is absolutely exquisite. Check out the Watermark Baton Rouge if you've never been there. And remember, no matter what type of event you're looking to host, Watermark is just an amazing opportunity to go to have whatever type of event. Wedding receptions at the Watermark downtown, exquisite. Maybe you're hosting clients and you need a board meeting. I've told you about those sort of those bunker rooms that they have. You take the marble staircase in the lobby and you go down underground. That's where the old bank vaults were, the old Louisiana National Bank building. So they've hollowed those out, put long tables in where you can have private dining. You can have board meetings there if you need to. It is an exquisite experience. It's the Watermark Hotel in downtown Baton Rouge. Check it out today at Watermark Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Place your bets, gentlemen.
It's time the gang with the slang.
Keep it 100. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Bourbon Dictionary with Matt Moscona and Taylor Calandro.
I don't understand.
Taylor's here. What up, dude?
Oh, not much, Matt. Best week of the year, man.
Big Masters guy?
Huge Masters guy.
That's why it's the best week, because of the Masters?
Yes. And, I mean, it was it's usually the college basketball national championship minus Florida winning, which sucks, but it is what it is.
I don't know. I mean, the Masters is fine. I just don't understand, why people who don't really love golf all year watch this tournament like it's the greatest thing ever. I mean, it's fine. It's pretty and all, and it's cool, and you get a green jacket.
Have you been?
No, never been.
It is it was the single greatest day of my life when I went to Augusta.
That's cool. I'm happy for you. Really. I would love to go. I wouldn't put the Masters in the top, certainly in the top 10. I don't know if it'd be in the top 20, 30 of my favorite sporting events of the year. I mean, it's good. It doesn't really, it's fine. It rolls around. It's I'll watch a little bit on Sunday. I mean, if LSU baseball is playing, I'll be watching LSU baseball and maybe click over. And when it starts to get dark there in Augusta. Oh, who's winning?
So let me ask you this. Yeah. I'm going to ask you this. What is your Masters? What would be your all-time thing?
I don't know that I have that. I've been really fortunate, dude. You're asking someone who has, because of my profession, been able to do everything. So
Fair.
I mean,
Very
it's just
fair.
I mean, I hate to say I'm numb to it. I'm probably just the wrong guy to ask. I've been very, very lucky to get to go do everything. So,
well, I mean, yeah, and I just my dad. I grew up a huge golf fan. He's a golf fan.
Sure.
And so it's just I don't know.
It's great
for me. It's the greatest week of the year.
That's great. Okay, let's talk booze.
Yeah, man.
All right, the flooding at Buffalo Trace. God, this sucks so bad. If you haven't seen the pictures of the video there in Frankfurt, the distillery took on a ton of water. As best you could tell or know, what do you think is the result of this flooding?
Well, I'm pretty sure they've flooded several times over there. They're really close to the Kentucky River. I mean, this happened 2 or 3 days ago in the past few days.
I think it was over the weekend. I think I saw about it
over the weekend.
Saturday or Sunday maybe is when I heard about it.
Yeah. But so they're right on the Kentucky River, and they have flooded before. I don't know what the extent of it is. I know the gift shop definitely flooded, but I don't know what the extent of the flooding is. And I've gotten asked about Buffalo Trace several times this week. I have no idea what the deal with Buffalo Trace is going to be. I'm pretty sure they flooded, though, 15 years ago. I don't know how bad it was, but it was about 15 years ago they flooded, too.
Would you anticipate this affecting supply?
It largely depends on what the flooding affected. And I haven't really seen, specific if warehouses were affected or anything like that, because they all house different things.
Yeah.
But I did see the gift shop was definitely flooded, and they were closed through the 10th or something like that. But like I said, they flooded before. I just don't know if this was more or less or what the extent of the damage was. And I think there's another distillery, a little smaller distillery that flooded on the river too, with Glenn's Creek or something like that.
That sucks.
Yeah, man. Kentucky this time of year. Sorry to derail you, but Kentucky this time of year has had some really, really wet seasons in recent years. I don't know why, but they've had really, really wet springs. So I don't know.
Yeah, such a bummer.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like it's every month there's some kind of natural disaster, something happening at the distillery. like that. It's been a lot recently. It feels like. I don't know.
It's all that damn devil water. It's God trying to knock it all off the face of the.
It makes you think sometimes.
No,
man.
look, Jesus' first miracle, the wedding at Cana, water into wine. He's all about it, man. Just be responsible. You heard?
Look, I'm Catholic, so I mean, I'm totally with it. I totally understand it.
Hey, because we talked Masters and flooding, we chewed up almost the whole segment. What's new?
We got the Woodford Reserve Kentucky Derby bottles, which is just regular Woodford, but I know a lot of people collect those, and they're pretty this year. They got roses and horses on them and stuff, like usual, but this one's pretty. So those are $50 too. They've been around the same price. That's basically all that's new that I can think of. I think we might be getting something before the end of the week, but I don't want to say what it is.
Oh,
so,
you want to give us like a tease?
I'm not sure. It was hinted to me, and I don't really want to even give a tease. So.
Is it brown?
Yeah, it's brown.
Okay.
But, yeah.
It's helpful. It's helpful.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 40 seconds. So who do you think wins the Masters?
Oh, man. I think Xander's got a good shot. I think I'm trying to think. Sleeper pick would be Keegan Bradley.
Okay.
I think Keegan's going to have a good week. He's really loose right now too. He's got a great mustache.
If you're a sports bettor, there's a bajillion picks for the Masters up at LouisianaSports.net from Jimmy and all of his golf handicapper contributors. So I try to find like consensus and then bet those. So go check them out there at LouisianaSports.net. Are we going to go? Thanks, dude.
See you, man.
That's Taylor Calandro. It's after further review. Lamar Brown in studio after Sports Center.
AFR.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. Should be quite a scene in Dallas tonight when Luka Doncic makes his return to face the Mavericks a little more than 2 months after he landed with the Lakers in one of the most shocking trades in the history of the NBA. While Doncic has bonded with his new teammates, he does look forward to being back in Dallas in what will be an emotional night in front of an opposing fan base that simply adores him. ESPN NBA reporter Tim McMahon.
It's going to be unlike anything he's experienced before. He's extraordinarily comfortable as the enemy in road arenas. Being showered with this kind of love, this kind of adoration, it's going to be a unique experience.
Tim McMahon on Clinton and Friends. LA's 2 wins away from clinching the West's 3 seed. Lakers Mavs, 7:30 Eastern, ESPN. Then it's Nuggets and Kings in Denver's first game since firing longtime coach Michael Malone. Denver's loss 7 of 10 is 5th in the West. Former Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders will reportedly visit the Steelers tomorrow as projections on his draft position fluctuate. He'll then visit with the Raiders next week. Vegas has the 6th overall pick in this month's NFL draft. Pittsburgh has the 21st selection.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday with the NBA playoffs right around the corner. I'll give you every title contender's fatal flaw. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. I'm not sure if you heard, but Nick Saban is going to be inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame this summer. Ronnie Rantz, president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, will be with us next hour. Talk a little bit about that. That's polarizing, no doubt. Y'all know how I feel about it, man. Everything LSU is as a program, Nick Saban is the one who lit the fuse and deserves all the honors that come his way. Dude that's racking up a lot of honors in studio right now, sitting to my left. Newly minted number 1 player in the nation from ESPN Recruiting Services from just down the street at U High. It is Lamar Brown. Good to see you again, man. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Dude, I'm doing really well. You told me like Wednesday was a good day to come in because like you didn't have much going on. It's like, what do you have school on Wednesday? Like, what's your kind of like your days like right now?
I was just chilling today.
Yeah.
We didn't have school because some people had to take the state test or something like that.
Got it. So when do you like? Do you have like a normal? Lamar, this is so different, I think, for me and probably a lot of like older people who listen. Just how classes and days are scheduled. Like, do you go to school every day, like 7 to 2:30? Because like, there's some people I know who their kids are done at noon. Some days they don't go at all. Like, what is a school day like for you?
It's like 7:45 to like 2 to 3.
Okay, so that's Monday through Friday. So you have a normal schedule.
Yes, sir.
Do you get to do like football stuff during the day as well?
So football is like my last hour. So like it'll be 2 from 3, or like 3:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually that'll be the practice time for us. So that's my time for football.
And so what do you do?
Right now we just in winter training. This like I think it's the last week because we got spring break next week, and then after we come from spring break, we're gonna be into the spring like camp, spring football and all that. So we just working out right now, getting better.
Yeah. I want to cover a lot of ground. We got a couple of segments with Lamar, so I'm excited about that. So we got a lot we can talk about here. I did see, we mentioned it there, the new ESPN ranking is out. They got you as the number 1 player in the country. Like, you saw that, obviously. Yeah, when you hear that, like, when did you see that, first of all? Like, when did you know that was happening?
I found out when everybody else found out, honestly, to be honest.
It's like last week or whatever it was?
Yes, sir.
So you see that. Like, what do you think when you see that?
it's a true blessing. I know all the work I've been putting in for the past few years is paying off, but I just know that the job not finished until like I get my family straight, retire them, and yeah, that's all about.
That's the thing that motivates you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is there, Lamar? One of the things I've been doing this a long time, and I've gotten to talk to a lot of guys who have come through the LSU program, highly recruited and all. And it's always interesting to me because like you and I were just talking. I mean, like you're a high school guy, right? I mean, you're taking the ACT and going to class and all the stuff that high school people do.
Yes, sir.
But man, you have so much attention on you. I mean, just think about this. Like, I'm bothering you here to come here on. You get a day off. No, and I appreciate you not thinking it's a big deal for coming in. But like, does any of this, like, is that like sunk in for you at all? Like, just the how kind of abnormal it is to have all the attention that you have at such a young age?
Honestly, I really don't buy in it. It's just a good thing. I'm doing something good, positive for my life, honestly. But I love it, and my parents love it, so that's all.
Yeah. One of the things that I remember when you came into Keelan's podcast, got to talk a little bit then, and you talked about taking visits. And I think that's awesome. Like, go see the country. You know what I mean? Like, go. Where have you gone already?
So this spring, the first week, I went to A&M. The next week after that, I think I went to LSU, maybe. I'm not sure. I think LSU, and then maybe A&M again, or Miami again, then A&M, and then this week I'm going to be at LSU spring game, and next week I'm going back to A&M.
So A&M, LSU, Miami, but you, like, when I saw you at an Oregon shirt, you been to Oregon already?
I've been there my sophomore year.
So where else have you gone? Just like, if I say all the places that you've traveled, where have you gone? You said A&M, LSU, Miami, Oregon. Where else have you gone?
Tulane, Alabama, UCF, and I think that's it.
You going to L.A. yet?
Actually, I'm going there in 2 weeks. Forgot about that one.
So you're going out to, like, to USC? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, I mean, like, most people in high school never get to travel like that, which is really cool. So what's been the coolest part of that for you as a young guy getting to go to Miami to Oregon and points in between? I mean, you've seen two opposite corners of the country.
It's good, honestly. I get to see a lot, especially at a young age. Like, I didn't think, like, when I was younger me, I didn't think I'd be doing this, to be honest. But yeah, coming from this area, like, you wouldn't think you'd see all that. And just seeing different schools, different coaches from different schools and all that. And I just love the process, honestly.
Did you like, would you prefer, like, the beaches in Miami or, like, the trees and all the, the topography of the Pacific Northwest, like up in Oregon? Which is cooler? I'm not talking about the schools or the coaches. I'm not asking you to lean anywhere. That's not. I'm just curious, like, what you thought was cooler, like South Beach or Oregon? Very different.
Probably South Beach.
Yeah. Dude, it's the beach, right? I mean, it makes a lot of sense, man. That's cool. Do you, whenever, being at U High as well, you've also had so many teammates that have gone through this. Like, we talked about Keelan, who's now at LSU, and I mean, every year U High is churning out guys. Have you, like, do you have a good, relationship, but what have you learned maybe from guys that have gone through this process as well? Like, has there been maybe an older guy who passed on some good advice to you going through the whole recruiting process?
I'll say Jaqueline Roy.
Yeah.
He left, I think, the year before I got to U High. I've been chopping it up with him, like, ever since. He tell me the basics of the game and the recruiting process, how it's like, and he just like a bigger brother type,
yeah.
So like anything from him. And Jordan Gilbert, now he do like a little thing with our school. He tell me some process things about the process and everything.
So Jordan's a guy who went to A&M, transferred back to LSU. Jaquelin's a guy that plays his whole career at LSU, had a really good career at LSU. He's in the NFL now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the things they tell you?
Take my visits. They don't want, like, because Jordan at LSU, so like he ain't the type to like push me to say like come to LSU and all that. He tell me to take the visits and all that. Just enjoy the process. With Jaqueline say the same thing too. So yeah, that's just like.
Lamar Brown's in studio with us. We got two segments. So next time we'll talk a little bit of on-field stuff. Whenever it was funny because we have like the people who work with us, have photographers and everything, so they'll go shoot the LSU games pregame and Tiger Walk and all that, dude. And you're all over these pictures. You know what I mean? So you've taken in a lot of LSU, but you also literally go to school on campus.
Yes, sir.
So what is it like for someone who is there every day, but then to be recruited by the school? Like, I guess another way to ask it, Lamar, is are there different things that you see or experience as a recruit that you don't experience every day of your life going to school on campus there? Does that make sense? Like, is it different for you going there as a recruit on game day and seeing an LSU game as opposed to, like, going to school every day?
Like, it really be no difference because, like, I took, like, a lot of visits there. So, but not really, I wouldn't say.
Yeah. You got an interesting situation because I don't think there's many number one players in the country who go to school on a college campus, right? So it's just a bit of an oddity like that. By the way, so spring football is coming up for you this summer. This is like the camp circuit starting in June, right? So you're probably going to be everywhere. Where are you going to be going starting in June? Because I'm guessing you're going to be all over the place.
For the official visits.
Are you taking officials in June?
Yes, sir. I'm taking 4, I think. I'm taking my first one to Miami, the second one to Florida State, third one to Texas A&M, and LSU for the last weekend.
Do you get as many official? It used to be 5. Do you get as many as you want now?
Yes.
So you're just taking those 4 though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you been to Florida State yet?
Not yet.
Oh, really? Okay. So what was it about Florida State that made you kind of want to put them on your radar?
Coach Malzahn and Coach Hand, they was recruiting me pretty good at UCF.
Okay.
And I felt good about UCF, but when they made the switch, I felt even more like good with them. So like, I always wanted to see Florida State, but I never really had a good relationship with them until they moved there. So it's just a relationship with those guys.
Was UCF one of your first offers?
Nah, I don't think.
Oh, okay, really? It's interesting because I get they're into the Big 12 now, but for a prospect like number one prospect in the country, you would typically not think whenever they were in the American that would be a target. But it's really interesting that that'd be on the list. So you'll take your visits. Are you doing like the camps? Are you doing like the opening or any of that sort of stuff?
Probably rivals. I did Under Armour maybe a month ago.
Where was that?
New Orleans.
Okay, in New Orleans.
Yes,
and where's Rivals?
Indianapolis, I believe.
Dude, you were going dude, you're gonna have frequent flyer miles at like 17 years old, man. That's like, do you love, like you said you enjoy the process. Do you like jetting around and getting on a plane and going to all these different places?
It's hard, unless your flight get delayed.
Yeah. What does your family think?
They just ready to get everything over with, honestly.
Yeah. You said you have a younger brother too.
Yes,
so how old's he?
He's 2.
Oh, he's 2. Oh, so really younger. Okay, I didn't know like if he was maybe going on visits with you and all to see different stuff.
Yeah, he do.
Well, he goes to visits, but he's not going to remember.
Yeah,
Make sure you take plenty of pictures so you can show like when he's older, he'll know what he was able to go through and see all this stuff. Lamar Brown's in studio with us. We're brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Tell you every day, do business with someone you know at Parish Construction and Roofing. Giving away $10,000 cash. Remember, go to the website, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. You fill out the form on the homepage, sign up for a free no-obligation roofing inspection. You're automatically entered to win $10,000 cash. Easy, no catch. Get all the deets right there on the homepage of the site, parishbuilt.com. Remember, commercial, residential, roof repairs, replacements. We do soft wash. We do gutters. Parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. That's Parish Construction and Roofing. All right, Lamar Brown's going to hang out with us for another segment. I want to talk to him a little on-field stuff, his senior year. We'll talk a little bit more about his process as well. Offense versus defense, plays both. So we'll get into that with Lamar as we continue. We're glad you're with us. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
If you're a business owner, or if you're the HR manager, maybe you're the hiring manager, you're the operations manager, if you're the person in your business who is responsible for finding the people to make your business most efficient and most productive, you need Glow Resources. Now, this is a Louisiana company. Glow Resources, their corporate headquarters in Baton Rouge on Perkins Road, right next to Pennington. Awesome building they did a gut renovation of. You got to check it out. It's so cool when you walk in. But they've also got offices in New Orleans and Miami and Orlando and Houston and the Golden Triangle. They're all over the place. And they help businesses all over the country find employees for jobs anywhere in the world. And they have a 96% success rate. They're so confident in their ability to find the right person for your job that if they don't, they'll give you a prorated refund or they'll find you a new employee for free. It's Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, Lamar Brown's hanging out with us here. U-High 5-star. ESPN just ranked him the #1 overall player in the country at any position. He's a consensus 5-star in everybody's rankings. But ESPN has you as the #1 player in the country, but they list you as a defensive tackle. You know, I think everyone's kind of looked at you as the #1 interior offensive lineman in America. We were talking a little bit about it in the break, but do you have a preference? Like, do you enjoy playing offense or defense better?
So at one point, I came into high school playing defense, but our coach needed offensive lineman, and I was down to do it. So I did it, and then I didn't think I was that good at it until I actually played it. So. So that's how it started with the both ways situation. So they ranked me as DT. So like at the camp, I went compete as a defensive tackle, won many reps as I can. I think I won all of my reps, and then I jumped on the offensive side and won them reps on that side too.
No kidding.
So honestly, I don't really. Well, I had a preference. Like I wanted to play college ball at defensive line, but it's starting to look back at it that I don't know which position do I really want to play.
Why initially did you want to play defense?
Just like how athletic I am. I put up good numbers like with a 45, 40, I think. I could move very well, and I felt like I could do that on the defensive side. And like I always wanted to play defense. I played defensive line my whole life. So yeah.
Did you say you ran a 4.5 in the 40?
4.85.
Oh, 4.85. Dude, I thought you said a 4.5. I was like, I'm sorry, are you playing receiver or are you playing offensive? But still, 4.85 is crazy. How big are you?
6'4", 6'5" is 287.
So you 287. So like you like just weighed yourself. Yeah, but if you know exactly. So 6'5", 287. Because I was thinking, so Will Campbell, 6'6" at the combine was 319 and ran a 4.98. So I mean, you're running faster than Will did at the combine, which is crazy to think. So you said like you preferred defense because it's what you play. Well, like what do you play guard or tackle offensively at U High?
I play guard. Oh no, I actually play tackle. But I started off at guard. So I think I'm gonna play tackle this year. I should, based off what we have. So I think I'll play tackle, but maybe guard too. Who knows?
It's one of those things where like when you're the best player, you're gonna play left tackle. Right. I mean, that's so. And then it's like, but do you project to the next level? So why do teams seem to like you better as a guard instead of a tackle? Like, do any coaches talk to you about that?
People most people say they'll start me outside at tackle, but based off my length and size, like I'm not a 6'6", 6'7" person. So like people see me as an inside interior person.
Even at 6'5"?
I guess.
What do you think? Like, do you think you could play? Do you think you could play offensive tackle in college?
Yes, sir.
You do.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think? Why do you think you might have a struggle there if you did struggle? You think it's just the height, length?
It's probably just that.
What's your arm length? Have you had your arms measured? That's the big thing with Will Campbell, right? Is that his arms are like 32 5/8 inches, and they got to be 33 or something.
Yeah, I think it's 33, 34.
Okay. Well, okay, look. You got it, right? You know, I was talking about quarterbacks. They got to have, I got like 11-inch hands, so I could play quarterback, right? Because that's all it takes. You got to have 11-inch hands, right? So, yeah, just put me out there. Let me go play quarterback, right, Lamar? So are there programs recruiting you, or some recruiting you for defense and some recruiting you for offense?
Most of them recruit me for defense, but they still think I can play offense too. So, like, probably really both. Honestly.
So what is LSU recruiting you on both sides of the ball?
Mostly defense. But I still have a relationship with Brad Davis, though.
So LSU's recruiting you for defense?
Yes, sir.
What you know what? It's funny because one of the spring practices when we were out there this year, I did see you over there watching the defensive line. So, but when you go to practice, do you watch them both? Like, do you go back and forth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your thoughts on Kyle Williams? You gotten to talk to him?
Honestly, nah, not really. I talked to him when I was there that day, but they really recruited me, like play like the field end, like not the interior.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't even be Kyle.
No, so it'd be Coach Peoples. I have a good relationship. That's who I talk to the most.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit about Kevin Peoples. What's that been like getting to know him?
He's a great man. I believe if I go there, he can take me to the next level, develop me as a person and as a player too. So, yeah.
Do you play interior defensive line for U High, or do you play on the outside?
I play mostly probably inside. I play outside too.
Yeah, it's probably just one of those things, Lamar, where like you're a giant young guy that most high school teams just can't deal with. Like, put that guy in the middle and let him go wreck things. It's probably like the right. And then it's okay. Like you don't have to say it because you're a humble kid, and that's great. But like, I get it. That's how it usually goes at that level. But then you project to whatever your position's going to be.
Yes, sir.
Or like a lot of times you get great athletes that play quarterback, but they'll go play receiver or corner or something like that at the college level. But they're playing quarterback in high school because they're the best player on the team.
Yes, sir.
So they do that. Yeah. So, what's your relationship like with Brad Davis?
Just a man I love. I know he could, like, if I go there and play offensive line, he'll get me to the next level based off what he did with, like, Will Campbell, Roy Jones, and all of them. So, it's been great ever since they recruited me for O-line. We used to talk, like, I don't even know, like, probably, like, every day almost. But it's just a great relationship with him, so.
You know, Alex Atkins, it's funny because you said you're going to visit Florida State. Alex Atkins is on staff now, and he was on staff at Florida State. Do you know him at all?
Yes, sir. I know him.
From when he was at Florida State?
Yes, sir.
What's he, because we're all getting to know him a little bit too. What's he like?
Pretty good dude. I don't really know him that much to, like, really speak about him. So, like.
Was he recruiting you at Florida State?
Yes, sir. He was.
Okay.
So when I met him, when he came to the school, we talked a lot. He was a great person, and ever since that,
Yeah. So you've really narrowed your. I mean, you told us 4 officials. So Miami, Florida State, Texas A&M, and LSU are going to be your 4 officials. Like when you look at those schools, like what are the factors, Lamar, that you think weigh the most on what your decision will be?
Just relationship and trust. That's the main 2, honestly.
So, like, what coaching staffs do you think have spent the most time and you've built really good relationships with of those?
Probably Texas A&M, I'll say. It's not a day I don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Coach Elko, I talk to him every week. The D-line coach, Coach Tony and Coach Spence, actually. I just got off the phone with them not too long ago. But that's 3 great people. Just a great relationship with them ever since they started recruiting me. Like, I've been on there a few times. I usually don't go, like, a lot of schools that much, like, especially out of state. But that's a place that I feel comfortable at with myself. My parents feel comfortable at. It's just the staff, the people in the place. Honestly, it's a great place.
Yeah. So you mentioned you get to talk to Mike Elko a good bit. So Mario Cristobal, Mike Norvell, Brian Kelly. Do you talk to the other head coaches too?
Yes, so I actually just talked to Coach Cristobal not too long before I walked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you were sitting in the parking lot talking to Mario Cristobal, then you come talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Like what a total letdown at that point, right? Like you get to talk to the head coach of Miami, then you got to come talk to me, bald guy on the radio. Like whatever. What's it been like talking to Mario Cristobal in Miami? What's he like? He's got a reputation as like an awesome recruiter, right? That's like his thing.
Just a great man, really energetic. It's just a great talk ever since. Like every time we talk, I was there. Like I say, like 2 weeks ago, I think it was a great place. My first time actually out there. In Miami, so.
And he's on the beach too.
It's actually the school not actually in Miami. It's like Coral Gables.
Coral Gables, yeah. Dude, I've been down there. I went to a game down there when they played at the old Orange Bowl Stadium. They knocked that thing down now. I went to the last game ever at the Orange Bowl. So I was like, I want to see, I love going to stadiums and stuff. So it was just 2007. I wanted to see before they knocked it down. So my brother and I went down for the last game ever. Dude, it was wild. People were like stealing signs because they were tearing the thing down. So people were just like stealing bleacher seats and just everything out of there. But yeah, and even the stadium's not right there where they play. But a couple more minutes here. Lamar Brown's hanging around in the studio with us. So what is your relationship like with Brian Kelly? I'm assuming y'all have got to talk a good bit.
Oh, yeah. With Brian Kelly, we got a good relationship with him. The man of LSU Tigers. So it's like it's going to be hard for me, for schools to push away to get me from out here than to like other schools and all that. So with Brian Kelly, it's a great talk with him. I'm supposed to talk to him in a couple, like maybe in the next hour or so. Just a great man. I love what he's doing at LSU, and that's really pretty much.
Lamar, it's interesting because there's always the conversation. I know you've been asked this a million times, but there's always the thing for people, like when you go to U-High, it's like you've grown up on that campus. Do you want to stay on that campus, or do you want to go see something different? When people ask you that question, what do you say?
I'll say, like, whatever God take me, honestly.
Yeah.
That's all. But it really don't matter to me. Wherever place I get developed and get the best feeling at and develop me to get to, like I said, to the NFL, that'll be great for me.
Yeah. Have you thought at all about, like, major in school or anything, what you want to study, or you get there when you get there?
Not really.
Yeah. I mean, most people don't know when they go to school. They just go to school and then figure it out as you go along with that. If you end up staying home and playing for the Tigers, what do you think that would mean for you and for your family to be representing Louisiana and staying at home?
It'll mean a lot, especially Saturday nights in Death Valley. That, like, from the games I experienced, I can see myself playing big there. But just putting on for my community in this state, this city, that'll mean a lot to me, and I know it'll mean a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Do you know when you're going to make a decision?
Maybe July 4th. That's the.
Oh, so this summer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your plan is? Are you planning to like enroll early wherever you go?
As a no.
Okay, so you'll
track too. So.
That's. So I was talking. Oddly enough, know some people in the track world that were saying like if you might be able to do like shot or discus or something at LSU or in college. Are you looking to do that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you want to do like field events in college also?
Sir.
Are you being recruited by track coaches?
LSU right now.
So just LSU.
Yes, sir.
Is it regardless of where you go, you want to do both?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty cool. So you will stay in school for spring of your senior year.
Yes, sir.
That's a good decision, man. I know everybody loves it. Like the whole thing is everybody early enrolls now, right? But I love to hear that, man. That's really cool. So you'll make a decision in July, and then you'll sign in December, wherever that is, and then you'll be at the next place in June.
Yes, sir.
Senior year, man. How the Cubs going to be? Y'all play Catholic this year?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all getting beat. You're getting beat down. You're getting beat. I don't know. I don't even know how y'all won last year. It was like a magic show. Whatever happened last year, I don't even know.
Got to come to us too, so yeah.
I look forward to it.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. So aside from the loss from Catholic, how else are you going to be?
We're not losing. So. But honestly,
I would make a wager with you, but I don't know if that's legal. Like, I don't know if we could like legally in recruiting wager or something like that. No, what were you gonna say? So aside from like, what's the rest of the schedule look like? How are y'all gonna be?
I feel like we
new quarterback this year,
yes,
right?
Sir.
With Emil being gone.
Yes, sir. A lot of new players, young players to be exact, but they some ballers. So like, I know they'll come in, do their job, and in spring that's where it's gonna show up. Just build the chemistry with them. But overall in the season, I feel like it's gonna be a great season after what happened last year. We're hungry. We're ready to come take over everything. So,
yeah,
like, that's been the plan all winter. Fall.
Yeah, man. For those that don't know the story, so U-High, it was an awful situation. It was basically a clerical error. I mean, it's all it amounted to. Mm-hmm. That there ended up being an ineligible player just because of some paperwork filing. Nothing nefarious. It was a mistake, and they ended up being disqualified, right, from the playoffs. So we're probably staring down a state title, and for it to go down that way, I hated that for y'all, man. For the players, like you never get, especially for the seniors, like most of those guys will never get another chance, right? So, but good luck to you, man. I really hope this year goes great. Good health and all the stuff that travels. I hope everything goes awesome for you. Thanks so much for giving us some time, man. I really appreciate you coming in and giving your time to our audience today.
Yes, sir. No
cool, man. That's Lamar Brown, #1 player in the country. That's still got to be wild, man. Like you're 17, and you're like, yep, I'm the best player in the country. There's nobody better than me. What a flex. But, all right, it's after further review. Let Lamar get out of here. We'll knock out a break. We'll come back. And there was an interesting mock draft we ran across today that was just where the quarterbacks are going to go in this year's NFL draft. I want to dive into that as we continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. You know what to do. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. By the way, if you have a high school senior in your household, remember, Gordon's doing the MacBook giveaway. Does this every year around graduation time. Now, you got to write an essay for why you should enter, but all of the details you can find on their social media, at GetGordon. Go to @GetGordon, or you can go to GordonGives.com, GordonGives.com. That's the charitable arm of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, where they do so many of these amazing giveaways and give backs to the community. And they're doing a cool thing for high school seniors. They do this every year. They're giving away the MacBooks or the laptops to the high school seniors. So check it out at GordonGives.com for more information and how you can register. So pass that along to the high school senior in your family. Go to GordonGives.com. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wildin'.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and the Baton Rouge Clinic bring you the 2025 Dreams Come True Radiothon. Dreams Come True is an organization designed to help grant dreams for children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. The following local businesses have also pledged to match your donations throughout the month: Lewis Mechanical, Patient Plus, and Action Industries, Subaru of Baton Rouge, Service Chevrolet, Luba, and Duplessis Pool Builders. Visit 1045ESPN.com to help us reach our goal, and together we can make dreams come true.
And thanks again to Lamar Brown jumping aboard with us for a couple of segments. Good young guy, man. Got his head on straight, working hard, staying in shape, taking his visits, doing it the right way, keeping his family in mind. I thought it was really interesting he said that he wants to do track and field as well in college. Like, he wants to be a two-sport guy and throw a shot. And LSU's recruited him to do that also. It's really cool, man. Very interesting young guy, and wish him well. I'll tell y'all, sometimes I think we lose sight of this, as adults. Like, that dude, as giant as he is, right? He's, what did he tell us? He was 6'5", 287. He's 17 years old. Like, when you were 17, could you have come in here in this studio with a microphone and headphones and cameras everywhere and talked for 30 minutes? Like, not an easy thing for everyone to do. And to put yourself out there and have all that attention, and having Brian Kelly and Mario Cristobal and all these coaches and recruits calling you all the time. And it's something I think we lose sight of, man. It's a very unorthodox experience for a young person to go through. I thought he handled it great, man. It was great to visit with Lamar. So appreciate him for coming in. All right, it's after further review. I want to get to this quarterback mock draft. I do have to remind you about Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. I should have done that in the last segment. I apologize. I just didn't want to interrupt Lamar. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com. Gents, thinking of popping the question? No place better to go ring shopping than at Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Loose diamonds, beautiful diamond rings. If they don't have what you're looking for, they'll find it. They can't find it, they'll make it. They want her to be thrilled. They got a great selection and great prices. That's the benefit of having 9 stores. It's not the cookie cutter big box store model, but it's not the boutique jeweler that maybe doesn't have the greatest selection and has higher prices because they don't do volume. Lee Michaels is that perfect in between, where because they're buying diamonds for 9 stores, they can give you great selection and great price, but also the personalized customer service that goes along with Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Ben Solak from ESPN this was an interesting exercise. He did a quarterback mock draft. So this wasn't like a 7-round mock, a 2-round mock. This was, where will every quarterback be taken in the 7 rounds of the NFL draft? Just the quarterbacks. It's like the first one's easy, right? Cam Ward from Miami going number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. This is one that you're probably going to find interesting. He does have Shedeur Sanders going 3 to the Giants. And I honestly think there is a really good chance that happens. Now, we went through the betting odds, and Sanders has the 3rd best odds of going 3 overall. Now, maybe it's Abdul Carter, maybe it's Travis Hunter. It's just a matter of who goes 2, right, and how that may work. But the draft starts at 3. And I don't think that signing Jameis and Russ precludes New York from drafting a quarterback at 3. I think it's absolutely something they could do and something they've shown the willingness to do in the past, which is pull the trigger on a quarterback early. And if they like Shedeur Sanders, why not? Now, you have a coaching staff there that needs to win now, lest they be fired. And that's why you have Jameis and Russ. So you have 2 veterans there who could probably win games for you as a stopgap until you get to your next guy. And maybe drafting Shedeur gives you the opportunity to let him sit, watch for a year before having to take over potentially in 2026. So I don't rule out at all the possibility of Shedeur coming off the board at number 3, and that wouldn't surprise me. Now, that's it for quarterbacks in round 1. They do not have the Saints taking a round 1 quarterback. The next quarterback off the board that he projects is Jackson Dart. That's not a great surprise, but he has him in round 2 to the Cleveland Browns, which would make a ton of sense for Cleveland. If you get Travis Hunter, number 2, who might be the best overall player in the draft, and then get your quarterback in round 2, at the top of round 2 in Jackson Dart, that would be really a win-win for Cleveland if it were to work out that way. Tyler Shuck from Louisville is another guy. Now, remember, the Saints pick at 40, but the next quarterback off the board has got his Tyler Shuck at 52 to Seattle. So you've now gone through the Saints' first 2 picks without taking a quarterback. He does have the Saints drafting a quarterback, however. It's not Jalen Milroe, who he has going in round 3 to Pittsburgh. And that's an interesting one because Pittsburgh needs to take a quarterback. Do they do it in round 1? Do they wait till round 3 for a guy like Milroe? Maybe. But for New Orleans, he does project the Saints to take a quarterback in round 4, and it's Kyle McCord from Syracuse. Now, this is someone we talked about last week because the Saints had a visit with Kyle McCord. And this is, for me anyway, a fascinating test case. This is one of those guys where I look and go, why isn't Kyle McCord higher on draft boards? This goes to the point of me not being a scout and not knowing what scouts are looking for. Because McCord is 6'3", 218, so he has great size. And he's got great film. He threw for nearly 4,800 yards. Led the country this year at Syracuse and 34 touchdowns. Also, a pretty athletic guy as well. That's a guy to me who should project higher, but for whatever reason, they have here as a day 3 pick. Now, if this is where the Saints settle and they take a guy like Kyle McCord in round 4, I'd be fine with that for a lot of reasons. First, and maybe most importantly, it lets you address need with cornerstone players early in the draft. If you think Shedeur Sanders at 9, if he's there, is a reach, then you don't take a quarterback at 9. You take the best player on your board. Because when you're picking at 9, you will absolutely have somebody on the board who's in your top 10 of the draft. Like, it's just math. One of your top 10 draft picks, one of your top 10 prospects in the entire draft is going to be on the board when you pick at 9. It's just math. So take that player. Take the highest rated player available at 9, and you're over the moon. And then when you pick at 40, if Dart's off the board, then you can take the next highest graded player that you have. And maybe you end up with a cornerback and a defensive end or an interior offensive lineman and an edge rusher, or however it may shake out, or a receiver at 40, whatever it may be. You're going to get really good players at positions of need that could be impact guys for you. And this approach would allow you effectively to take a shot on a quarterback with my nickel slot theory in day 3. If you haven't heard me explain it, I look at day 3 quarterbacks as like the nickel slots. It's low risk, high reward. Just keep feeding your nickels. Just throw a nickel in there every year. Take a quarterback every year in day 3. I don't care. I mean, you've wasted so many day 3 picks on guys like Tommy Stevens and Matt Tennant and guys that never did a thing for the New Orleans Saints. Take a shot on a quarterback. Maybe it's Dak. Maybe it's Kirk Cousins. Maybe it's Russ was round 3, day 2. But you understand the point. Maybe it's Brock Purdy. Maybe you come up with a guy who becomes a starting quarterback for you in the NFL. Now, odds are you're not. Odds are it's going to bust. But what if you hit on the guy? Well, it cost you a day 3 pick, and if it doesn't work out, so what? Just take another one next year until you're willing to invest the first-round pick. And maybe that's the approach. Because Kellen Moore eventually is going to want to draft his franchise quarterback. He is a quarterback who played quarterback, coached quarterbacks, offensive coordinator, now a head coach. He is going to want to, you've got to accept this reality that he is going to want to draft his franchise quarterback. Sean Payton brought in Drew Brees. He didn't need to use the draft. Dennis Allen, not an offensive guy. They went the approach of signing Derek Carr. It didn't work. Kellen Moore is going to want to draft his franchise. He's going to want to have the opportunity to do that. And if it's not there this year, okay, you've got a stopgap with Derek Carr. I mean, you have a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. I've said this forever about Derek Carr. He's just not elite. He's just a lower, mid-tier, upper bottom-tier starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a starting quarterback. You're just never going to win anything of significance with him. So you go into the season with Derek Carr. Maybe it likely is final in New Orleans. And then next year, you go all in to draft your franchise, wherever that may be. If you're drafting top 10, if you have to move up to get the guy, whatever it may be. Next year maybe is your year where you have a deeper quarterback draft class. So I like this approach. And I honestly think this is probably the more realistic way it goes because I'm not convinced Shedeur is going to be on the board when the Saints pick at 9, and I don't know if they think he's one of the top 10 best players in the draft. And if that goes that way, then it's more likely that the Saints, if they take a quarterback, it would be happening in day 3 instead of top 3 picks in the draft. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com with locations all over South Louisiana. You know where Shaw Bills is because it's right by you. If you don't know where the closest Shaw Bills is to you, that's easy. Just go to the website at ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, and you'll see find a location, and you'll just find the location that's nearest you. You can also go to the website, see all the dealer specials there, and like we always talk about, at Shaw Bills, they treat you like family. This is a 5-star Google review that came in. It said, I couldn't believe it. They patched my tire for free. I will definitely bring it there for my next car repair. Short wait time and a cup of coffee to boot. Amazing. I tell you about it all the time. Like, they will repair your tire for free. No questions asked, even if you didn't buy the tire there. Why? Because almost 60 years ago, Mr. Charlie said that's the right thing to do because that's how you treat people. And then you know what happens? When they need something done to their car the next time, they're coming back over and over again. It's worked since 1968. Why not keep doing it? Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. All right. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Nick Saban is going to be part of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame class of 2025 that will be inducted in June. Ronnie Rantz, who's the president of Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, he'll be with us here in half an hour. We'll talk a little bit about that decision and why it's happening now. Muse will do Tigers and the Pros when we come back. Does LSU have a really big transfer portal need in the spring portal window, which opens in 7 days, 1 week from today? We'll talk about that coming up here in about 15 minutes as well. Stay here. It's AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. You know where they are. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every single day, buy local, shop local over at Clegg's Nursery. And they are bursting with blooms. Every single day, new truckloads of these beautiful spring and summer flowers are showing up. If you want to see what the latest shipments are, easy. Go to the Clegg's Nursery Facebook page. You can always check that out as a resource because they do an amazing job every day of updating everything when they get there. This was 19 minutes ago. 1 gallon of hostas. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Doesn't matter. I don't know how to say it. All I know is they're beautiful, and they got gallons of them that just showed up, and they're awesome, and go buy them today. It's a plantain lily, a Hosta plantain lily. Look how beautiful those are. You want to add that beautiful pop of color to your patio pots, flower beds, by your pool? One place to go, Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Wrapping up hour number 2. Always appreciate our friends Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Yourgoodwood.com. USO. Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
Rough go for Paul Skeens a night ago on the bump. Went 6 innings, but gave up 5 earned on 6 hits. He did punch out 7. Unfortunately, took the loss in the ballgame. Record now 1-1. He'll bounce back in about 5 days. Dylan Cruz, 2 for 4 a night ago. Both of those singles in the Nationals' second consecutive win over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Cruz would also score 2 runs. Speaking of the Dodgers, Hunter Fiducia, he is back in the big leagues already. Our guy got a pinch hit opportunity a night ago. Actually, a couple ABs. Was 0 for 1. Did strike out, but also drew a walk in the ball game. He was stranded on base. But good to see him up with the big club so soon once again. Josh Smith. That's first baseman Josh Smith to you. 1 for 3, single, walked, scored 2 runs. I really just wanted to point out he's hitting over 300 already again. It's another fast start for Smith. Remember, he should have been an all-star a season ago, but was robbed of that. Jake Fraley starting to heat up a little bit as well. He went 2 for 3 a night ago. The Reds only had 8 hits. He had 2 of them. Was stranded both times, though. Did not come around to score both of those. Also singles. Trendon Watford. If you were watching the Pelicans game last night, congratulations. You saw them lose, and you saw Trendon Watford score 22, which led the Nets, and not only led the Nets, led the entire game. So, hat tip to Trendon Watford. That's Tigers in the Pros.
We're presented by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. Got that funky smell in your home, your car, your office building? Parish Restoration can knock it out. That patented non-toxic dry fog. Have them come in, spray that fog. It'll dwell. As soon as it dissipates, you're back in free and clear. Again, remember, non-toxic dry fog. Dry fog. So it's safe around plants, pets. You're not cutting sheetrock or any of that stuff. Learn more at parishrestoration.com. Parishrestoration.com. Okay, hour number 3 after SportsCenter.
After further review.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. A little more than 2 months after the blockbuster trade that rocked the NBA and really the sports world, Luka Doncic makes his return tonight to Dallas. He and the Lakers back in Big D for the first time to face the Mavericks.
Of course, it's going to be a lot of emotion for me. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know how I'm going to feel, honestly. I'm looking forward to being back in Dallas, obviously, with the fans, seeing my teammates, ex-teammates. It's going to be very emotional for me, for sure.
Luka Doncic, the NBA has notified the Lakers it has rescinded the second technical foul on him from last night's game. LA Dallas, 7:30 Eastern, ESPN. Lakers need 2 wins to wrap up the 3 seed in the West. Wednesday doubleheader finishes up with the Nuggets and Kings, 10 Eastern. Denver's first game since the firing of coach Michael Malone. Nuggets have dropped 7 of 10, including 4 in a row. They're 5th in the West. NFL Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence will be limited this spring as he continues to recover from shoulder surgery. He is on schedule to be fully cleared by the time training camp starts.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is here for all of life's needs, with protection for your home, auto, business, and more. From timely repairs to customizable coverages and payment options, we make it easy. See if you can save at Progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yes, sir. And a Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Lamar Brown was here last hour.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Make sure you catch that if you missed it. Newly minted #1 player in the country.
It's hump day.
Told us he's being recruited as a defensive tackle.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Plans to be a 2-sport athlete in college. Gonna throw that shot put.
It's hump day.
4 official visits coming up in June.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Aggies sound like they're pushing. Good convo.
It's hump day.
Slimbo in 12 minutes.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
That'd be Ronnie Rantz. Talking about Nick Saban in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame.
It's hump day.
This isn't the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, Ronnie.
Mike.
What are you
What day is it, Mike?
doing? Should take that honor to Greenbow, Alabama.
It's hump day.
I'm just kidding. I love it. I'm glad they're doing it.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Baseball Tigers got to win. Matt McMahon talking a little bit about this portal class.
It's hump day.
All right, we got a lot to do. Here we go. Let's get going. LSU back on the practice field this week. They practice Tuesday. They'll be on the field again Thursday. The spring game, spring scrimmage, whatever they're calling it, on Saturday. And then 2 practices next week as well. But next week, after the spring scrimmage, when the Tigers still have 2 more practices, as a matter of fact, 1 week from today, next Wednesday, the spring portal window opens. It's a 10-day portal window. And remember, a year ago, that spring portal window was very important for LSU. and they swung and missed. Remember, last year, by his own definition, Brian Kelly labeled defensive tackle as a must. They had to go sign defensive tackle last year in the spring portal window. Well, what happened? They brought in Dominic Williams. They brought in Simeon Barrow. Those were guys that Bo Davis, remember Coach Pete Jenkins told us this? Bo Davis had those guys lined up, queued up, ready to go, and LSU wouldn't pay their number. That prompted this comment from Brian Kelly last spring.
It hasn't fared very well, quite frankly, because, we're selling something a little bit differently. And that is, we want to recruit, we want to engage, build relationships, we want to develop, retain, and have success. We're not in the market of buying players.
Okay.
And unfortunately, right now, that's what some guys are looking for. They want to be bought.
Dominic Williams was asking $1.2 million. LSU wasn't going to spend it. My, how times have changed, because LSU right now is very much in the market of buying players. The Tigers just dumped a boatload of money in that spring or in the December portal window to put together the best transfer portal class in the country. And now in a week, the 10-day portal window will open, and it will be so interesting to see if the Tigers are going to be buyers again. Remember last year, Brian Kelly identified defensive tackle as a must. Remember, this is what he said a month ago about the spring portal window this year.
I think we go into this next portal window with no expectations of we need to get somebody out of the spring portal. It would have to be something that just was a right fit for us. So we don't go into the second portal with any expectations like we had going into the December portal.
Max Olson over at ESPN.com has a piece where he listed contenders with needs in the spring portal. And I'll tell you, Max Olson nailed it. For LSU, he listed defensive tackle. And as I've had conversations with people around the LSU program, if there's one position where they might be aggressive in this spring portal window, it would be defensive tackle. Now I need to clarify here. They're not just looking to add a body because they don't need depth at defensive tackle. You got that. You got 9 scholarship interior defensive linemen right now. You got Jacobian Guillory, who's coming off of injury. You got Sean Washington. You got Ahmad Bro, Don McKinley, both moving into their sophomore seasons. And you brought in Sadir Mitchell from Texas. That's 5. And then you got 4 true freshmen who will be playing their first seasons in Baton Rouge. You got 9 scholarship interior defensive linemen. You don't need numbers. You're not desperate to go get interior defensive line help like last year when LSU got JVR Suggs and Gio Pies because you had to get numbers. Like, this is, if someone goes in the portal that is a multi-year starter and an immediate impact guy, then you're interested. Like, Jacobian Guillory, I'm pumped to watch Tank this year. I'm sick for him getting injured last year. His 5th season, biding his time, getting better, and then going down in week 2. But, Guillory's played in 41 games during his LSU career, but he's made 5 starts. He's made 5 starts in 5 years. So he's been around a long time, but he hasn't been an every down consistent starter for you. Sadir Mitchell played in 36 snaps last year for Texas. Not games, not tackle. 36 snaps last year. In 2 seasons in Austin, 49 snaps. Not games, snaps. So you got this dude that's 360 pounds, and he's looked really good this spring in the limited viewing we've been able to see, but it's not a super experienced guy. Ahmad Bro and Don McKinley both flashed in very nice moments as true freshmen, and I think both those guys have super high ceilings. I'm excited to watch them grow. But again, they're just sophomores. And then you have 4 true freshmen. So all that to say, you have talent. You got young talent. You got veteran players. You got numbers. You check. What you don't have is a dude that's an All-American. Like, when 2 years ago Braden Fisk went in the portal and he ended up at Florida State, you wanted him badly. He ended up at Florida State. Like, that dude is in the portal in a week from now. Oh, LSU's going after him. The equivalent of that guy. Your Dominic Williams, who didn't have an awesome year at Oklahoma, but the equivalent of that dude, who's a multi-year starter, started 30 games in his college career, goes in the portal. Yeah, okay. Like, you're interested in that guy. But that kind of feels like it. I'll give you one wild card position as well, and it's offensive tackle. And it's a similar conversation here because I don't necessarily think they're looking for offensive tackle. I will tell you, in the December portal window, they were absolutely in the market for an offensive tackle, and they landed Josh Thompson. But Thompson is a versatile guy that's played both guard and tackle. But even after Thompson, they were still in the mix for a player who played in the college football playoff, who got down to the Final Four. They were in the mix for an offensive tackle who ended up not going into the transfer portal. So they were very much knocking on that door as well. Now, I am very excited about the potential of Tyree Adams and Weston Davis. Those are two top 100 guys. Tyree Adams was a top 100 guy coming out of school, is now in his third year. Weston Davis was a five-star that you flipped from A&M. In a different era, those are dudes we're pumped to finally see those really elite recruits get their chance. But in the portal era, it's easier to go get a proven starter plug and play. There's a little more angst that comes along with the first-time starter who you've grown through your program. But, all right, Brad Davis, you've had these dudes in your program. You've been growing, develop, working with them. Time, let's take the leash off, see what these young pups got. And I'm excited to see those guys. But if you have a dude that has started 30 collegiate games at right tackle in a Power 4 and he goes into the portal and it's an improvement over what you got, and if nothing else, it's someone who comes and pushes these young guys and maybe the young guys win the job, but you would go after that. But LSU's just in a much better spot now than they were 12 months ago. 12 months ago, you were desperate for bodies at defensive tackle. Now, you'd look at a guy that is an immediate impact, like all-American caliber player. Other than that, you're kind of set with what your roster is right now. Spring portal window opens in 1 week, 10-day window as it develops. Of course, we'll be talking about it here. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank, vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone. You know, when we talk about Relief Windows, yes, it's windows, doors, siding, but those are the commodities, right? Those are the things that a lot of people sell. A lot of people sell windows, doors, siding, shutters. At Relief Windows, the more important part of their business is the experience, quality, and service, which we talk about all the time. The experience, and Brandon's been doing this for 20 years. The quality is unmatched. You see it in all their work. And the service is truly what sets Relief Windows apart. There was this Google review from Janine who said Relief Windows was professional. It was a short wait for the windows to come in, and they were able to work with me on the installation. They were respectful of my property and did an excellent job. Another 5-star Google review. And yours could be next. Brandon always says it, man. He demands it of everyone in that company. Says you got to be willing to spend your last dollar to make your customer happy. And he expects that level of service for every single person in that company. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, y'all. It's been a really good show. Glad you're hanging out with us here on this hump day presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Again, thanks to Lamar Brown, who spent 2 segments with us last hour. We're going to get that interview up on YouTube at the AFR LSU channel. We'll get it on podcast as well. Just search AFR LSU. We did talk LSU baseball in hour 1 as the Tigers rallied past Nicholls. Jay Johnson met with reporters. We'll get some of that here in just a bit as well, as Jay met with reporters here on Wednesday before the team heads to Auburn. But when we come back, Ronnie Rantz is going to join us. Look, Nick Saban's always a lightning rod, and a long overdue honor is going to happen now in June. Nick Saban is going to go into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Ronnie's the president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. He'll join us next, talk about why this is happening now and the way it all came together next. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Rouse's. Rouse's is the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints and the official supermarket of AFR. And quite honestly, it's just the place that Louisianians have gone for 100 years now. Rouses.com, Rouses.com. That's the website. You can download the Rouses app. Remember, that's super convenient. If you want to pick out groceries, they got their curbside pickup option with the Rouse's app. Select your items, your personal shopper will go pick them out for you. You pull into one of the designated spaces, and they bring your items out to your car. It saves you time. You don't even have to get out of the vehicle. Great on rainy days as well. It's at Rouse's. How about this, man? I love going to Rouse's because of their hot bar. I mean, they got great food items every day over at Rouse's. Like, they got Lenten specials if you need your seafood, but like today, the hot bar item is lasagna. Like, you want to pick up dinner for the family? Go pick up some hot lasagna for the entire family over at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame earlier on Wednesday announced that Nick Saban will be added to the 2025 class of inductees this summer in Natchitoches. Ronnie Rantz, president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, is good enough to join us here for a couple of minutes. Slimbo, good to have you back, man. How are you?
What's up, Matt? How are you, buddy?
Man, I'm doing
great.
Yeah, man, doing awesome. Okay, let's go back through this because this isn't a new thing. It's just a new development here with it. Can you just kind of run through what happened here?
Yeah, it's 5 years in the works is basically what it is. Back in September of 2019, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame announced to the public our 2020 class, which we always do that time of year to introduce the upcoming summer's class. Well, obviously Nick was in that 2020 class, but then that class never had its ceremony in June of 2020 due to COVID. We actually did a separate ceremony for that class in June of 2021. And Nick was not able to make it in 2021 because the NCAA changed some recruiting dates, and he was hosting recruits, the weekend of our Hall of Fame induction. And so we decided to just punt till he retired, and obviously he's retired, and now it makes the most sense to actually induct him, along with Andrew Whitworth, who he coached, Herb Vincent, who is at LSU now with the SEC office, Glenn Gilbo, Ed Daniels, both receiving Distinguished Service Award in Sports Journalism. We both covered him at LSU, and, of course, Glenn covered him in Alabama as well. So it's a lot of synergies that make sense for him to be inducted this coming June.
When did you all have the conversations with Nick to confirm that he would attend?
Yeah, well, I had the final conversation with him directly about a week and a half ago. And he was great to deal with. He's honored about it. He was a little bit confused that, because he thought, well, I thought I was already inducted. I was like, no, you were going to be inducted. You were announced, but we didn't actually go through with it. So he's excited. He'll be there, and I'm sure there'll be a ton of Tiger fans and a lot of folks that are excited to see him go in this June.
What Nick's such a lightning rod around here, because there's the obvious everything with Alabama, where he was a thorn in LSU's side for 17 years, but he's the architect of everything that LSU football is. What has kind of been the reaction today since this announcement came out?
Well, I think the reaction today isn't as strong as it was in September of 2019, right? There was a lot of people in 2019 that were confused. Well, because at the time he's still coaching Alabama, and why is he in the Louisiana Sports Hall? Why is he going to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame? So there's been a lot of conversation and education about it back then in 2019, 2020. So we're not having a lot of those same conversations now. But just to kind of reiterate to folks, to minimally qualify for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, you have to have played high school in Louisiana 2 years or more, or done 3 years or more college at a Louisiana college, or played or coached or been an administrator for 5 years or more as a professional in the state. And obviously that's where Nick qualifies. He was a coach for 5 years at LSU, led him to a national championship. And as you pointed out, what LSU has become was all his vision and started under his direction.
It's a total no-brainer for me. I mean, Ronnie, I've said this a million times. Like, I was in my time at LSU over corresponded with Nick's time as the head coach. So I hate that he was at Alabama for so long, but I'll always adore Nick Saban. I mean, I think he deserves all the accolades and adulation we give him in the state, because LSU football is what it is because he lit the fuse. Could you explain the voting process, Ronnie, which is something I got to experience for the first time this summer, which was really eye-opening to see. But can you kind of explain how that happens? Because the thing that I learned certainly is there's nothing flippant about that process. That is a very long, very involved process of election into this exclusive Hall of Fame.
Well, folks always ask me all the time, hey, my Uncle Joey was a great player or coach. How do I get him into the Hall of Fame? The easiest thing I say is, okay, we'll go to our website, lasportshall.com. When you click on the Hall of Famers tab, it tells you it says nominate a candidate. It works you through how to do that. So anybody can nominate a candidate. Now, that said, to make it to the 160-person ballot is difficult, because not just because you nominate somebody do they make it to the ballot. And what happens is all the Louisiana Sports Writers Association members in the state, all of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation board members, and a select number of past Hall of Famers, they vote from that 160 ballot. They pick 25 people off that 160 ballot that they are voting for. Now, as you know, because you saw the ballot this year, there are like 20 different categories, of sports and administration and everything else. And so they put their 25 down, they tabulate all these over the summer, and then from there, if someone has at least probably 10 votes or more, they make it to a toned-down ballot, which is about 60 people, representing probably, again, 15, 16 different sports. And so then from there, you have a 40-person meeting in mid to late August, representative of the state of Louisiana, people from all different, whether it be broadcasting like you, sports writers, television, you name it, represented in the room. And there's 2 former Hall of Famers in that room as well, and a couple of board members from our foundation. The rest are people that work in sports and have been doing it for a long time. And The bios have been sent via email to everybody, so everybody's read up on these people before they get into the room. And then, of course, there's a heated debate that goes on every time you get to a name or a category, and it takes about 3-4 hours to finally wash out the Hall of Fame class of each year.
Yeah, man. It is a very, very rigid process. Like, anyone who gets elected to this thing, like, you earned it, man. You earned being in this thing. All right, so let's talk about, so Nick will be in. The induction ceremony is coming up in June. I know it's open to the public for people who want to attend. Maybe some highlights, Ronnie, of this class, and if people are interested in attending or getting a table or anything like that, how they do it?
Yeah, so go to lasportshall.com is how you buy tickets, tables, and all that. And, of course, the event always sells out. It will 100% sell out earlier now.
Yeah.
Andrew Whitworth is obviously a giant headliner, Big Whit, who's become a superstar, on TV for the NFL Network and obviously at Prime. He's going in. Your old high school coach, Dale Weiner, is going in. I talked to Neil the other day. All the Catholic High folks are excited about that. Well deserved. Danny Broussard, the head basketball coach at St. Thomas More High School, who is still coaching. He's 65, I believe, and he's 5th all time in the United States of America in wins as a high school basketball coach. Vicki Johnson, who was a great player at Louisiana Tech, who's played in the WNBA forever. Danny Granger, multi-year All-Star out of New Orleans and former NBA player, mostly great years with the Indiana Pacers. It's an awesome class. Joe Sherman, the head baseball coach at Delgado, he's joining his dad. He's only one of 5 father sons going into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. So you can read all about the class at lasportshall.com, and folks can come. It's 3 days of chock full of events. Fun for the whole family. It's not just a grown-up thing. There's a lot of great things for the kids, including the free camp and all that, basketball and football camp for the kids. So just check it out online.
Yeah, Bobby Swallow's another one that's going to this class, and that's one of those guys who, why you have the category for the what's the, help me with what the not
old timers.
It is in old timers.
The veterans,
okay,
the
veterans sort of like that guy's resume. Who, it's one of the really cool things too, Ronnie, because a guy like that would have been like lost to time, but for something like this in a category like the old timers, where you would bring up someone like that, and then you read through his bio and you're like, my God, this, like, it's an amazing thing that otherwise would have been lost. So it was a cool thing to be a part of, and I'm fired up for it. Nick being obviously now part of this class as well, just a cherry on top. So it's in June in Natchitoches. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Matt, the Hall of Fame in Natchitoches, which is open Tuesday through Saturday up there, and it's worth the trip, is really there in my mind for the Bobby Swallows. And who's Bobby Swallow? Bobby Swallow won a national championship boxing for LSU in the 50s, and then went on to have a fantastic coaching career in high school sports for decades in the Ville Platte area. But the people like Peyton Manning, the people like Drew Brees, they don't need the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. It's a cherry on top for them. But the Danielle Scott's one of the greatest volleyball players in the history of this country, who's from Baton Rouge. The T. Barry Porter's rodeo champion from Leesville. Those are the people that this is the Mecca, and those are the people that need to be remembered forever because they're the ones that some people don't know their story, and you get to learn their story at the Hall of Fame. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the video for Dale Weiner. I know Chris Lecoq at Louisiana Public Broadcasting and all going to get you involved in the Hall of Fame video for Dale, and that'll be exciting.
I'd be honored. LASportsHall.com, LASportsHall.com for tickets and tables and all that stuff coming up at the end of June, LASportsHall.com. All right, Ronnie, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, man. Be well. It's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Man, looking for dinner plans tonight. You can pop one into Supper Club. Great place to celebrate, whether you're a Hall of Famer or not. Supper Club is, man, it's just the best. And I know we talk so much about the steaks, and the steaks at Supper Club are quite literally one of a kind here in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana. I mean, you could get that Japanese herb beef. They got the omi beef as well. That's the omi beef is the beef that comes from this farm in Japan that's 500. The farm's 500 years old. They fed it to samurai because they thought it had special powers. It's like the preferred steak of the Emperor of Japan. Like, they have it at Supper Club. I mean, you can go have these one-of-a-kind type experiences at Supper Club. And I think sometimes people hear that and they're like, oh, well, I don't know if I can go there, afford that, get in. When I tell you you can have that experience at Supper Club, you can. If you want to go have the best filet you've ever had in your life, you can do that at Supper Club as well. You want to go have an exceptional piece of sea bass, you can do that at Supper Club. You want to go have what I talk about all the time, which is the veal parm. Oh, I could dream about their veal parm. You can do it at Supper Club. Like, you can eat at Supper Club for no different price-wise than you would any other fine dining restaurant in Baton Rouge. You want to have those one-of-a-kind amazing experiences. There's nowhere else you're getting it. But no matter what you order on the menu, you will have the most incredible dining experience, because everything at Supper Club is about presentation and show and experience. But man, the sizzle matches the steak, so to speak, at Supper Club. Book your reservations today. SupperClubBTR.com. 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 All right, y'all, it's after further review. We will get to Ask Us to wrap up if you want to get some questions in. No Otter Locks. Remember, Jimmy's out. He's in Monaco watching tennis this week. But we do have Otter Locks for the Masters, and there is a whole slew of picks if you want to bet the Masters. So we'll get to, they're up at at louisianasports.net right now. If you want to get Otter Locks for the Masters, all of Jimmy's contributors have all put out their Masters picks. It's all live right now and free at louisianasports.net. If you're going to be betting on the Masters, you can get all the sharp action there, and we'll run through it here in about 15 minutes as well. Matt McMahon was a guest on Tiger Rag Radio on Tuesday night. We'll let you hear what Matt McMahon had to say about this Tiger transfer portal class that's being pieced together. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Okay, y'all, if you're thinking of building a pool as we get toward this pool season, or maybe it's time to build that outdoor kitchen to complement your pool, you got to call our friends over at Duplessis Builders. Go to DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. You know, one of the reasons that Duplessis stands out, and I always tell you about how they offer a 10-year workmanship warranty when the industry standard is 1 year. It's because of the process. Derek is a mechanical engineer by trade. Like, they'll go through the excavation, then 2 to 3 days later, they'll shoot the gunite. It takes 21 days for gunite to cure, so they will not move on to the next step until those 21 days have passed. That way, your product will last longer. They will not rush the process. They will not cut corners. Only then do they move on to the tiling and the coping, and that's got to cure for 2 weeks before they add water, so they can't add the plaster before then. They take their time to do it right, so it will last. It's DuplessisBuilders.net. Online, DuplessisBuilders.net.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
DJ Thomas is a guy I loved out of high school. He ended up reclassing moved up a year to go to UNLV a year early and stayed home. But a two-time All Mountain West player, a guy that's just so crafty and creative, off the dribble, an electric point guard. And I just think there's such value in that position. So we were thrilled to be able to beat out a lot of really good programs to bring him into the fold.
Matt McMahon was a guest on Tiger Rag Radio on Tuesday night, a statewide program, heard in Baton Rouge on our sister station, Talk 107.3 FM. And he was talking there about DJ Thomas, the point guard from UNLV, the number 8 overall prospect in the transfer portal, the number 1 point guard in the number 3 point guard, the number 8 overall player, in the transfer portal. The crown jewel of this portal class for LSU, which includes 5 commitments. If you look at the updated transfer portal team rankings, LSU is 4th. It's Louisville, Michigan, Kentucky, LSU. I mean, if you're playing a game of which doesn't belong, it's pretty clear. Now, Creighton's next at 5, then UCLA, Maryland, Indiana, Miami, Iowa, Baylor, Georgetown, Bama down at 13, Providence, Texas at 15. If you're looking for SEC squads, Ole Miss at 19, South Carolina at 21. Effectively, Tennessee's at 30, Oklahoma 31. So effectively, it's LSU, giant drop-off. We're at Kentucky at 3, LSU at 4, giant drop-off till you get to Bama at 13 and Texas at 15. And it's just the path that LSU had to take. You know, Matt McMahon was asked what sold Thomas on LSU.
We were able to get him to campus on a visit early in the portal. I think he saw the vision and the opportunity to come in here and be the quarterback of the team. And I think he also liked some of the returning pieces in our front court coming back, and was confident in what we could build around him. And so I thought he was just such a critical piece to what we're building here.
And NIL had a pretty significant piece to do with it as well, yes. But listen, for whatever reason he chose you, you had to show a commitment to him, and clearly it was enough for him to pick you when he had offers from Kentucky and Florida as well. So it's a fantastic get. Told you earlier in the week that as best I could tell, they might add one more. They're at 5 right now, and they would be looking for depth either at the 2 or the 3. But Matt McMahon was asked that question as well. Like, how many more might they want to add? Here was his answer on Tuesday.
I think that's the question. There's certainly more work to be done there, but I also think you're trying to balance in this new age of salary cap. I don't think it's realistic to space all the dollars out amongst 15 players. I don't think that's the right formula. So we certainly want to do a good job here finishing the roster. We still need another perimeter player that can really shoot it. I've been thrilled with the size that we've added to our front court, but also to our back court, positional size there, and then an elite point guard in DJ Thomas. So thrilled with what's happened to this point, but still a little bit more work to do, certainly.
So it kind of confirms what we're talking about. They want to add a 2 or a 3, some depth there, shooter on the perimeter. And something else we talked about on Monday is they're not going to get to 15. Remember, the new scholarship rules allow for 15 scholarship players next year. It's just this isn't just an LSU thing. Like, it seems like everyone I talk to, this is a consensus around college basketball, that nobody thinks that 15 is the best way to efficiently spend your salary cap as part of revenue share, because I mean you're capped on the money you can spend, right, through rev share, and if you keep adding players, everyone's getting a smaller piece of the pie, and so you're trying to balance what's the right number of players, what's it going to cost to have those players. If I'm adding more players and everyone's getting a smaller number, can I get the quality players I need? So you're looking at quality, quantity, and trying to find the best balance. And I think for most teams, that's going to be 11 to 13 is probably going to be the scholarship number that most teams settle on. So we'll continue to watch that as it develops. But again, that was Matt McMahon on Tiger Rag Radio. All right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, make sure your first call is to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. They're just the best, and it's, of course, not just agriculture like we always say, it's people buying 20 acres to build their dream home. We talk so much about the New Orleans area. There's people who maybe are from New Orleans. You start having a family. You move to the North Shore. You buy land to build a house there. You want the city amenities, but the rural lifestyle. You want 100 acres in Tangipahoa. You could do it. They got an office in Amite. It can help you. It's First South Farm Credit. firstsouthland.com. firstsouthland.com. Of course, as a landowner, you're going to incur expenses, which can be tax deductible. So ask your CPA the benefits of owning recreational timber land. And First South Farm Credit can help. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. firstsouthland.com. One other quick note here before we grab our final break of the show. Jay Johnson met with reporters today. Tigers are hitting the road to take on Auburn this weekend. So the Tigers will practice here on Wednesday. They'll hit the road Thursday. They'll play a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. So back on your regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is a great thing as well for Cade Anderson after throwing 135 pitches, getting the extra day of rest before he's got to pitch again. But he'll be going toe-to-toe against former Tiger Sammy Dutton, who will be taking the ball for Auburn. Here was Jay Johnson on the former Tiger and current Auburn Tiger.
I mean, I know he's a competitor. I know he's a strike thrower, and I know he was a national champion. And I have great respect for him. And sometimes there's different circumstances with players. I believe he got married this offseason. He's from Alabama. His brother's program at Birmingham Southern got canceled last year, so he transferred to Auburn. And I think a lot of it had to do with family, and he's obviously taken advantage of the opportunity that he has, and not surprised by that. And, these last 3 years have been pretty special to me, and he was a part of that. So, obviously not Friday, but other than that, I'm happy for his success.
Dutton will get the ball against Cade Anderson on the season, Sam, but we'll talk much more about it tomorrow. Dutton's got a 4.89 ERA. He's 5-5 on the season right now. So it'll be interesting to see Sam Dutton in the other Tiger colors, but Andy Burcham, who's the voice of the Tigers, will be with us on Thursday to kind of give us a little bit of a preview of the Auburn Tigers and what we can expect as LSU hits the road. Auburn coming off a nice series win against Alabama. They can swing it. LSU probably a little stronger on the mound. Well, LSU stronger all the way around, but Auburn can swing it, and it's a weird ballpark to play in just with the dimensions, and see how the Tigers can fare. So we'll get you a fuller preview of the LSU-Auburn series on Thursday's AFR. Okay, y'all, it's after further review. The Wednesday show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Let's knock out our final break. We'll come back. We'll get to Ask Us. You want to ask us questions, you can fire away with anything, and we'll also get to Otter Locks, Jimmy's consensus golf picks from all of the handicappers and contributors to Live at Lunch with the Masters getting underway on Thursday. We'll run through those consensus picks when we come back on AFR.
AFR.
Those temps are creeping back up, y'all. If you have not yet scheduled your preseason AC tune-up from River City's 1 Hour Air, get that done. Give them a call, 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. I challenge you. Call right now, you'll talk to a human. Call right now, I promise you, you're going to talk to a human. It's 5:44 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. I promise you call right now, 752-0001. You're not getting an answering service. You're not getting a robot voice message. You're not going to voicemail. You will talk to a human being right now. 752-0001. Call and say, hey, I want to schedule my preseason AC tune-up. They'll send a technician to the house to make sure your AC is in tip-top shape for all the coming warm weather when that thing's going to be running round the clock and fighting triple-digit temps. You want to make sure it's running efficiently and it will last. River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life, so why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine Team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Big shout out to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. I get it. Funny name, funny logo, all that stuff. But what we're talking about is real. Men, as we age, our bodies produce less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel. This is a way to safely, affordably supplement to get back to healthy levels. Starting at $125 a month, you could regain your vitality. Roll out of bed in the morning with energy. Feet hit the ground, rip roaring, ready to go. Sleep soundly at night. Be motivated to get in the gym. When you get there, burn fat, build muscle like you did when you were 20. You want to feel younger again, safely, affordably, you can do it. Goodwood can help. Starts with a blood test. What are you waiting on? yourgoodwood.com. yourgoodwood.com. They got tons of other stuff too, by the way. I mean, BPC 157 is something I'm excited to start. So many different peptides, anti-aging treatments. Learn more. yourgoodwood.com. yourgoodwood.com. Okay. Hit the... No, I guess Jimmy's not here, so we don't have to have the Outer Locks intro. But if you go to LouisianaSports.net, the Otter Locks are up for the Masters. And this is a comprehensive list here. Have you looked at this yet, by the way?
I have looked at it. It's a tad overwhelming, not going to lie.
Okay. So Max sent this to me earlier today. And what I do like is that he broke it down into some common picks, right? So among their contributors, he's got pull that down, please, Paulie, for a second. Come back here. So I just didn't want to scroll too fast. So Wes Reynolds, Jeff Seeley, Matt Humans, Andy Iskoe, and Max. That's 5 different handicappers who have given their picks for the outright winners. Now, I learned from Jimmy how to bet golf. And, like, I would hear these guys give 10 names, right? I'd be like, how do you bet on 10 people and make money? Well, what you're hoping to do is you're hoping to pick the winner among those 10, and the odds are so long that you're going to end up making money. So you take whatever your bet would be. Like, let's say, hypothetically, you want to bet $100 on the Masters, and there's 10 golfers. Well, you put $10 on each of them. And, for example, if Colin Morikawa, who's at plus 1,600, wins, well, your $10 would win you $160, and so now you've made $60. Am I doing the math right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that makes sense, right? Or if you get a long shot, like Wes has Robert McIntyre at plus 6,000. Long play on Patrick Reed at plus 9,000. These guys generally have really good ideas as far as like skill set, how it matches the course, how they're playing right now as to why a guy might make sense. But then you also have things like top 10 finishers. Like Wes Reynolds has, plays on top 10 or Phil to make the cut, or the top Asian finisher, Byung-Hung An at plus 500. The top debutante, Davis Thompson at plus 700. So, I mean, there's so many different ways you can bet this tournament. It's all there deciphered. For me, what I look at are, like, who are the consensus picks, right? Like, if all of these guys are picking the same guys among their winners, I'll go put money on those consensus plays. Like, for example, Morikawa, Russell Henley, Cantlay, Spieth, Robert McIntyre, Patrick Reed. Those are pretty common picks. So those 6 will be on my card. Mush, what do you make of this, if you have any takeaways of this? Are you going to bet it, by the way?
I'll bet it. Yeah, for sure. I'll bet it. I was looking at some stuff earlier in the week. I'll probably make the plays tonight or very early tomorrow morning. I like the Jordan Spieth pick a lot. I mean, he normally plays there. I like former champions at Augusta, obviously, because I mean it's just different, right? It's the only major that's played at the same course, so you get a lot of familiarity. Jordan, even when he was playing poorly, played well at Augusta. I kind of like a little bit on Victor Hovland, just a sprinkle. He doesn't necessarily love where his game is right now, but he just won as well. So it's like, well, make up your mind. Best player without a major right now. So I mean, Cantlay always feels like a trendy pick. I love Rory to top 10. I mean, that's just Rory. He'll have 3 great rounds, 1 stinker, and he'll finish in the top 10. I mean, that's kind of him in majors. So I love that, and minus 140 actually feels pretty good for a price there given that.
Jeff Seeley's got Phil top senior.
Love that. Yeah.
Minus 150.
Love that. Phil's another one, like, make the cut. Like, Phil's won the tournament 3 times. So he knows how to play the course. Like, no matter how old he is, he knows how to play the course. He can go out there and do it.
Max has outright winner, first round leader, top 10, final placement like John Rahm, under 15.5, top Canadian, top South African, top amateur, top debutante. And then he's got matchups as well, like Phil plus 100 against Brian Harmon, Patrick Reed minus 120 against Tony Finau. Hope his ankle stays in place. Shane Lowry minus 115 against Brooks Koepka. Again, it could be and then as far as you mentioned, he's got to make the cut parlay with Zalatoris, McIntyre, Reed, Day, Bradley, Spawn, McCarthy, Scott, Mickelson, and Hogue plus 53.85 to make the cut. I mean, it's 10 guys, but plus 53.85. I'll throw $10 on that.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Like that. The
That'd
point
be a really nice payday, man.
So there's a lot of different ways to bet the Masters, and these are all very, very educated bettors who are giving you all their stuff. So it's there for you for free if you want all the picks. at LouisianaSports.net. If you've never betted golf, if you never bet golf before,
1 minute remaining.
Great way to do it. So, LouisianaSports.net, Otter Locks for the Masters. It's up. Go check it out. LouisianaSports.net. It's there. It's free. Okay. I felt like there was something else we were supposed to do. I called for Ask Us questions, but I don't know if we even have time to get to that. So, if you missed anything on the show today, you can get it on demand. Big shout out to Lamar Brown, who came in studio with us in hour 2. The U-High prospect, consensus 5-star. ESPN's got him out as the number 1 overall prospect in the country. We covered a lot of ground. His 4 official visits. Did say LSU was offered a track scholarship as well. He hopes to throw shot put in college. Almost too many nice things to say about Texas A&M. I didn't love that a lot. But you miss it, we'll get it on demand, audio and video. AFR LSU is where our LSU content is. Muse Pauly, thanks. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, I'll remind you about the Williamson Eye Center. You want to see 2020, call 924-2020 for Dr. Blake Williamson. I was on Facebook earlier today and Instagram, and I saw a video that Dr. Blake did in front of the office on Suma, and it's something I probably don't mention enough. They've been open there 2 years now, but that's on the Baton Rouge General Campus. So, listen, they've got their Connells Park location. They got locations all over Greater Baton Rouge, Zachary and Lutcher and everywhere. But Denham, but they are right in the heart of Baton Rouge as well, right there on Suma. So if you're on Bluebonnet, you turn off of Bluebonnet onto Suma, like you're heading toward the Baton Rouge General. That first turn at the stop sign, that building on the right, that's where the Williamson Eye Center is. They operate the first 2 floors. So they got the optical shop where if you're buying contacts or glasses, you can do that there. If you need to have your annual eye exam, you can do that there. And, of course, there's state-of-the-art surgery and dry eye center. They have all that there as well. It's the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary.